Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Listen online, the website that rocks, KMOD.com. Past shows are available on iTunes. Search under BMMS. Listen with your cell phone. Get the iHeartRadio app, available from the App Store of your cell phone provider. More on that at iHeartRadio.com. And we are on Facebook. Facebook.com/BMMS69. That's where you can hang out with us each and every day. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning, Corbin.
We got tickets to the 50th anniversary concert at the BOK Center. Shinedown in 3 days. Grace will be playing to celebrate 50 years as your rock station. We're going to see what Gimpy wants to talk about. We've got Conspiracy Theory Thursday. We've got our top list. What are the saved for later items in your Amazon cart? No judging.
Always judging.
Always. Crawl for Cancer is on April 1st. Tomorrow is your last chance to create your own team. So ours is closed. But if you are like, hey, I don't want to be on your fool's team, you can create your own team. Crawlforcancer.org. It's a daytime pub crawl on April 1st, which everybody's like, oh.
Right. Like makes a difference.
It's like every other Saturday.
Right. What are they going to serve us? Yellow water?
Right.
Right?
Well, technically.
Technically it is.
And then the Shamrock Pub Crawl is going on this Friday. It's all to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. With the Big Man Morning Show, Gimpy will be out taking the bus around to establishments. So get your sign up done on the contest page at KMOD.com from Guinness Stout 97.5 KMOD.
Uh-oh.
Your call cannot be completed
What?
as dialed.
What?
Please check the number and dial again.
Couldn't have changed it that fast.
How did you check the number before trying again?
I got to dial 1, don't I?
9 and then 1 and then the area code. It's a process.
Can't dial like a regular phone. I just usually hit a name. I don't dial.
Right?
Hi.
Hi, good morning, love.
Hi, honey.
This is my wife.
Oh,
I
hi.
figured.
Hi, my wife.
So what happened?
Oh, hey, guys.
Yeah, we're on the air.
Showed up at the house today and said that there was a guy in the driveway that followed her to our house asking for directions.
So my
He
sister-in-law,
was out there waiting.
my
Yeah.
sister-in-law watches our kids because my wife also goes to work very early.
Mm.
And she sent me a text and said a man followed her to our house this morning.
That's weird.
And I was like, huh? Of which my wife said he needed directions. And then she follows it with, so I went out and gave them to him.
What?
Whoa.
What?
Well, I know, but the Ob had left the garage door open.
Then you just close the garage door.
I couldn't leave for work. He was sitting there.
So what? Listen, there's nothing open.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need directions.
Did he say what he was like, where he needed to go, what directions he was looking for?
Yeah, where was he going?
He said he needed directions to the guard stand in our neighborhood.
Do you guys have
And
a
I
car?
was like,
No.
Huh.
We don't.
Well,
An adjacent neighborhood does.
Oh.
And so I said that or the information center. And he said, well, I think I want to go to the information center. So I gave him directions to that, kind of. Because, I'm not good at directions.
No, that's a whole
Go to
other
the
thing.
stop
Right.
sign. Yeah.
What time did this
And
happen?
he 5:40.
5:40 in the morning.
That's really early. Is
Yeah.
the information center even open?
It is not, but I did not tell him that. I just needed him to leave.
Bah.
What kind of car was he driving?
A big pickup truck.
Like, did it look like a construction person?
No, that's what Aubrey had thought at first, that it was a construction person. And she was like, and then she got out of her car and yelled at her to come here. So she's like, hold on, let me go get my sister. He's like, thank you for that.
All right, put you in arm's way.
So he doesn't. So let's just assume it is a construction person, right? He doesn't have a phone to call whoever he's constructing with.
Out there, he was on his phone, like on Google Maps, trying to figure out where he was. He was an older guy.
What is? I'm 48. What does that mean now?
Right.
I mean, he was like late 60s, I would guess.
Like he didn't know where he was, or was he just heavy
He said
tapping
he
on his
didn't.
phone?
Yeah, just like they usually do, you know?
Did he go, huh?
Oh,
So I told
stressed me out.
it's stressing me out.
It's stressing me out.
Yeah.
And so I said,
Freaking me out.
that was very nice, but let's try not to give directions in the dark at 5:45 in the morning. What should she do next time, Lindsay?
Sorry, I can't help you. Please get off my property.
Ooh, I got a much better solution.
I feel like Gimpy and I are going to be in sync.
You stay inside the house, shut the garage door, and call the effing police. Bottom line, let them give him directions.
Okay.
I feel the only time that it's safe to give a random stranger directions at 5:40 in the morning is if it's outside of a goddamn Quick Trip.
And even then, I'm
Really?
sus.
Yeah, even then, not in your driveway.
Ooh. Yeah, he
I
could have
mean,
been
that
packing.
does.
He could have said,
that's
get in my
also
truck.
very logical.
Yeah, let's remind you of the story of women getting picked up running, going for runs.
Right.
I know. I was creeped out. My heart was racing. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Did he get out of his car or did he stay in his car?
No, he stayed in his car.
Okay.
That's good. Waiting for you to go back inside so we can come in and rape and pillage the entire house.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is not awesome. None of that is awesome.
Not at all. But
Well-
unfortunately, we're just women are more likely to be kind-hearted and want to be helpful.
Stop it.
Yeah, no, really.
Stop. I hear you be catty all the time. So I don't want to hear that women are kind-hearted. Explain the woman that stuffed her child in a washing machine then, if women are just so kind-hearted. Or the one that we read the other day where the guy's penis got chopped off. Where's the kind-heartedness you speak of? We're not reading stories of men chopping off genitals.
True statement.
Shut down.
Wait till news quickies.
right. All right. Well,
Uh,
let's just go with
Oh,
no directions anymore. You'll have to wait till my
I'm
husband comes
okay.
home. When's that?
yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
When the sun is up.
Yeah. Think about the mindset of the guy. Like, he's just like, I'll just drive around the neighborhood and follow a car.
Right, yeah, that car's moving. It's got headlights. Let's go. This is a great idea. Look at you. And that guy could have gotten
I'm
shot.
ready.
You never know because, like, some random person following, whatever. They don't know what the hell's going on. They're like, hey, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? No.
Did he ask you to get close
That's not as good.
to his phone, or did he try to show you any directions on his
His
phone or
penis?
anything?
No, he did not try to show me
Okay.
anything.
Okay, good.
I scared him when I walked up. I scared him. I guess he didn't know I was actually going to come out. So
Okay. I was just
Yeah,
making sure that you weren't close enough for him to chloroform you.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate everyone's concern this morning. It's very helpful.
The texts coming in are very concerned. So, what was your plan if he would have tried to grab you?
I mean, I had Ob follow me out and stand in the garage with their phone in case she needed to call the police.
Who are 12 minutes out. So I always ask my children this when I see them standing on the couch or about to jump off a rock or something. Do you feel safe? Did you feel safe?
No, I did not.
Feelings. Who needs them?
What do we call that? Gut
Instinct. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's what I think this is a possibility, and maybe Gimpy can back me up on this, is what if the guy was on meth and he just thought he needed to be somewhere.
It's a possibility.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know.
Have you been around many people on meth and know what that would look like?
No, not really. So I'm not really sure what I would be looking for.
Yeah.
True, man. You said this guy was an older guy, looked like in his 60s. He could have been like 30 something and been an avid meth user that just aged because meth does that to you. It ages you faster. So it's possibility. Was he real skinny? Was his jaw like continually moving?
Was he grinding his teeth?
Did he have a truckload of catalytic converters?
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Here's an interesting
No.
an interesting text. It could have been a silver alert. It could have
Sure.
been
We
that
all would
lost.
have gotten that on our
Sure,
phones. She
sure.
would have gotten it and been like, oh, hey, a silver alert. White pickup.
We
Old man. I found him.
Right.
He's in my driveway.
Here, I don't know. Like I don't know what happened to the Allie I know, right? I've seen Allie make grown men cry because they're being pussies. I'm going to tell the Cole story. So one time, Allie went Christmas shopping with her family, and they had their stuff. And as Christmas shopping happens, the day on Thanksgiving, Black Friday, there's lines everywhere, or it used to be. And so they went to the jewelry counter to check out, and the lady was like, "Sorry, you don't have any jewelry." And Allie dumps over the bucket that has all the Christmas lapel pins.
Okay.
And the lady's like, okay, and rang one. And Allie goes, no, all of them.
Yeah.
To prove the point, right? Like, that Allie would have told this guy to F off. Or not. Ah. It's me, isn't it? I'm making you soft.
Yes, it's definitely you.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's just weird. I didn't know what to do.
No, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I'm just, like I said, it's very sweet of you being the kind-hearted legacy of women that exist. Next time, let's not give directions in the dark so early in the morning.
Unless you're fully armed.
I would have went out there with my gun.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Been like, what'd you need?
Yeah, right. Just waving it
Waving
around.
around. It's that way, which is away from here.
You need to go over there.
Yeah, there's no way this guy thought that was okay. Yeah, but you're okay.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate all the sound advice.
That won't ever get taken.
Yeah.
Listen, we're at that phase in our marriage where Allie will ask me advice for stuff and then go, nah.
Well, she just wanted you to feel included. That's it.
She's again, the legacy of being kind-hearted. Yeah. All right. Well, be careful driving.
I will. Love you.
All right. I love you.
Bye.
Well, that's a hell of a way to start the day.
Yeah, it is.
Sweating.
Uh-huh. Wondering if someone's casing your house right now.
Probably is.
I mean, listen, just because I know now doesn't mean it hadn't happened.
True.
Right?
Sure.
The only reason, like, have you ever, there's a psychological test where they take a rabbit and put it in a box and they're like, is the rabbit dead? And you're like, I don't know. And they go the next day, is the rabbit dead? And they're like, I don't know. They keep doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their point being is you don't know the rabbit's dead until you open the box.
Right.
So it doesn't matter when the rabbit died. You just know because you opened the box. It could have died the first day.
Yeah.
Right.
So the same thing exists. I only know because someone had an interaction with this individual.
Do you notice anything like when you're leaving? I don't know what time you leave your neighborhood, but do you see like other people out and about in your neighborhood? I guess I could say. Okay.
Yeah, no, I know the regs.
Okay.
And how can I put this? I am nosy AF
For sure.
in my neighborhood.
Yeah, as you should be.
Right? Especially that early in the morning. I have called the police leaving work.
I have too.
I've seen people parking cars where they shouldn't be, knowing that what they're doing, right? It's a dark spot on a road. It's not rocket science. Yeah. Or doing drugs.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah. Or both at the same time.
Definitely possible. So I'm not I've called, I saw somebody breaking into a neighbor's house and I've called the police.
Yeah.
So I'm nosy AF that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know the regs, and they've told us we have security, like they drive around, but I've never seen them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, it's okay. What good is a security guard that just has a flashlight? You know what I'm saying? Maybe
My favorite line: "Stop, or I'll throw my keys."
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Yeah, some security, as we know, who have come out to the toy drive and stuff, there is security that are cleat officers.
Absolutely.
Or
100%.
cleat patrol, or whatever the right terminology is.
Yeah. But is that in your neighborhood? Do you know?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. As far as you know, you're being secured by Paul Blart.
Or Paulus Blart. Like, I don't know.
Right.
And they could tell me that,
Mm-hmm.
and then whatever amount of time go by, they fire them, change them, whatever. They go bankrupt, whatever.
Yeah.
And they don't update me.
Nope.
Yeah. So crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Life, man. Never know what's going to happen. All right, we got to take a break. We do know somebody's going to win 50th anniversary concert tickets. Actually, I should say we hope. We don't know.
You're right, man. The way things have been going with games this week, we don't know.
So we will do that at 7:30. We'll see what Gimpy wants to talk about. We got our top list as well. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
The Big Mad Moose.
Okay, Gimpy.
Good Lord, that's a lot of 2 days. 2 days. That happened on a Friday. You get Saturday, Sunday. I'll give you Monday and Tuesday. You bring your ass back to work on Wednesday. And if you've got gashes all over yourself, put some goddamn butterfly stitches on that thing and get your ass back to work.
Take as long as you need. You're damaged goods now. If I get you back, you're hardly going to be the person. Whether you get 2 weeks or you're back on Monday, it's going to take a week for you to quell the office chatter.
Right.
So you're damaged goods. You're not coming back the same person.
Oh, no.
You're not going to remember whatever project you were working on. Forget about it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll do the right thing. Take as long as you want, but let's start hiring the replacement.
Oh, okay.
He's done.
Okay.
You're done.
What if he comes back from work, right, after his week, 2 weeks, however long he needs, and things are a little shaky there for, let's just say, like a week? That seems natural. But everything's back to normal that week after. Are you still firing that guy?
I didn't say fire.
Well, what are you going to do? How else are you going to get rid? You going to lay him off?
You let life work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Let him quit?
Yeah, he'll quit on his own.
Maybe.
You still give him work. You still treat him as if he's an employee.
Absolutely.
Everything stays the same.
Absolutely.
But he is not the same employee, right? He experienced an incredibly traumatic event.
Yes. And maybe working where he works, doing what he does is his outlet to kind of get over things. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
this ain't your team lost. This isn't you broke your arm.
Yeah, you were.
It is one of the most traumatic events human beings can go through, is being kidnapped and tortured.
That is very true. That is very true.
Mr. No Days.
But everybody works through things differently.
Sure.
Some people need therapy. Some people just need to keep busy.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So maybe so what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this cat go so he can drive himself crazy.
I'm not gonna let him go.
All right. Go down the meth aisle with his new girlfriend Megan. All right.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's committed suicide and hung himself in the garage because I
don't know what that has to do with me. No, that has zero to do with me. I'm saying I have a responsibility as a company to make sure everybody's doing their job. And he can come back. We'll treat him as family. He'll stay on insurance. We'll give him projects. Everything will stay the same. But to have the expectation that he's going to be the same employee is not realistic. And that is what I'm saying.
I understand there's going to be some differences, but deep down inside, if that's what he needs to heal, then you keep on keeping on. I'm not looking for the new hire immediately.
He is going to be a drip at the company picnic.
Oh, yeah.
Do not ask him to play laser tag or just tag or capture the flag.
Don't even say the word capture around him.
Don't do the ropes course with him.
Right.
Trust fall?
No.
Don't trust any of you bitches.
No.
He's going to want to move to another state and start a whole new life.
Yes. Well, maybe.
Let it work itself out, but you have a responsibility to your customers. And as a manager of a business, we got to move forward. We can't let somebody hang on to the back of the train as it's pulling away from the station. Give him all the resources he needs. Let him continue to get a check.
Right. All right. Listen.
Put him in a basement. Take his red cell. Whatever that looks like for you.
Right.
All these stories are on our Facebook page. No days off.
I said 2.
No, you said the weekend, which he already gets.
No, I said I'll give you 2 days. That you've got Friday and Saturday, so I'll give you Monday and Tuesday.
You get Friday, you get Saturday and Sunday off.
Exactly. So you've got 4 days.
So you gave no days off.
I gave him Monday and Tuesday off.
No, you said back on Monday.
No, I said back on Wednesday. I said you got Friday and you got Saturday and Sunday already off. All right, so I'll give you Monday and Tuesday back to work on Wednesday.
Who wants to start in the middle of the week?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Listen, I've got a business to run, Corbin.
That's what I'm saying. I hear people all the time say that this isn't fair. Life isn't fair. It's not fair for me. It's not fair for what I want to do. I hear that all the time. And I'm going to tell you a story right now where you don't get to say that anymore.
Okay.
All right.
There is a country on this planet
Mhm.
where the government makes them have a quota of collecting their own feces
Why? Why is
for
that even-
fertilizer.
Okay.
And as quotas go, they tend to grow every year.
You haven't crapped enough this year.
And
You need
it's-
to put out some more.
And it's such a problem, the quota and the unreachability for maybe you're not having enough fiber in your diet, that you end up stealing crap from your neighbors so you can meet your quota to the government.
What has this
Thou shalt not
world
steal
come
my
to?
neighbor's crap.
What's that, Gimpy?
So what does this world come to, man?
So when you talk about how unfair it is, just keep in mind, you're not having to steal your neighbor's crap, literally. I don't know what I would do. I got to keep, so like I do all the grocery shopping, right? I do the majority of cooking
Right.
because my schedule allows for that to happen.
Yeah.
So that means if the crap quota was a thing here, that would be on my list of things I got to take care of.
Absolutely. All right. So I got to go to the grocery store. At 12:30, I've got a doctor's appointment, and then pick up the dry cleaning. Oh, and I've got to take 4 craps today. Oh, big ones
Or-
too, because I was light yesterday.
Hey, little Sally flushed.
Ye-
She can't be
Oh.
flushing.
Mm-hmm.
We are so close to this month's quota.
Yeah. You have to keep track of whenever anyone in your family goes poo. You got to collect it for your kids
What
and
do you-
your wife.
You want to guess what the average household quota a year is of crap
Oh,
in this country?
oof. I'm going. Go, Lindsay, go ahead.
Like pounds?
Yeah.
Billion pounds?
£1 billion in a household.
Good
Oh, in a
Lord.
household. I'll go.
That's
Let's
a lot
go
of
with-
duty.
Let's go with 100 pounds.
Okay. Gimpy.
I was going to say 50 pounds, I think is a good quota for your family to poop.
220 pounds a year in a household. Now, these are people that
Lord.
are able to do that, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So if you have somebody who's, they don't go, "Oh, sorry,
So-
they're on a colostomy bag.
It's a sliding scale, essentially.
Of course, it's an
Yeah,
average.
Yeah.
Right. If you have only 2 people in a house
Uh,
compared to the house of 6, I think the scale is going to be a little
Yeah.
different.
Does this article say like how they reach that number for the quota? Like, is it based on weight and diet and obviously household members, how many people you have in your house?
Sure. It's going to, by the number of people,
Okay.
depends on how much your
So
quota
it's
is.
strictly on the number of people
Yeah.
that judges how much you need to craft
course.
for this. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What I said was the average.
Right. I was just thinking like, well, they look at a family of 6 and they're like, all right, well, you guys eat X amount a week. So therefore you should be producing X amount of excrement a week. So your quota is X. But I didn't know how it worked out. I guess it's just like you got 6 people, you can make this much poop.
Yeah. You should be able to
You
make this
should.
much poop.
Should be able to.
And if not, see your doctor.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Tickets to the 50th anniversary concert coming up at 7:30. We do this thing right now called News Quickies. These are stories you may have missed in the news. We cover them here and put a link on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BMMS69.
It's time for News Quickies, world news, local news, and news that just makes you say, what the Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with what's going on. News Quickies from the Big 9 Morning Show at 97.5 KMOD.
German man attacks friend for mocking the size of his manhood. Yeah, a court in Paderborn, Germany, heard last week how the unnamed 29-year-old accused stabbed his 37-year-old friend on April 3rd of last year.
Seen this video.
The accused and his brother-in-law, 39 years old, met in the house of the victim. The trio drank alcohol together and decided to go to the host's sauna at 5 a.m. in the morning, sitting in the sauna, talking about their junk. The court told a German newspaper all involved were already significantly drunk. One of the men supposedly poured beer over the sauna stones. And the not-so-common sauna infusion caught a fight between the host and his guest, which ended with a heated fight about the length of their penises.
A little teeny wiener.
The third man separated the fighting pair and left with his brother-in-law around 7:15 for a different house in the neighborhood. The 29-year-old, unable to calm his fury about the fight, returned 2 hours later, and after a mutual confrontation, the accused produced a knife and stabbed the victim 11 times.
Damn.
He suffered serious injuries to his lungs and left arm, and he was then taken to the hospital. The assailant was arrested and his blood alcohol levels were taken, which 2 hours after the stabbing were still at a 2.9.
Does my penis stink?
The judge said these blood alcohol levels brought him close to criminal incapacity. The 29-year-old was charged with causing dangerous bodily harm. He was given a suspended 2-year sentence after admitting guilt and paying a $10,000 fine in damages to the victim.
I had to look up
Who
what
wants
criminal
some man
incapacity
Mhm.
was, and that is where you're incapable, you don't even know you're committing a crime.
Yeah.
Okay.
That they're saying he was
Crazy.
so drunk.
Oh, okay.
Right. I think that would label under crazy.
Yeah.
Blackout drunk. You don't remember what's going on. You don't know what you're doing.
Oof.
That makes sense.
I think you should be a swifter penalty
And it was,
for that.
Right. Yeah, right.
You chose to get drunk.
hmm
yeah.
And first of all, who gets in a sauna drunk? That sounds not a hot tub.
No.
That's not a hot tub.
No, that's
It's
just
the
sitting there
steam.
sweating it out.
And it's a dry, if it's the rocks, it's
Eh,
dry.
Uh-huh.
I'm good. I'm good on a sauna anyway. If I want to sweat, I'll go outside in the summertime. That's it.
Well, they've said that, you know how like when you have an injury and you put ice on it,
okay.
they say saunas are also that good. Like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
very beneficial to the body, whatever.
Mhm.
But to do it drunk,
Yeah. I mean, releasing toxins, maybe you're trying to sweat out the alcohol, but you would have to hydrate. Otherwise, it
I
would
mean,
just make
well,
you
they
worse.
were with more beers.
yeah. I mean, to me, a sauna is like working out. It's something you do to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
And so to do that at 5 o'clock in the morning drunk
Yeah.
Mhm.
makes no, and what a weird, like, hey man, don't pour beer on the rocks. You're going to ruin my sauna. Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Hey, listen here, long juck dong.
Right. Just doesn't make any sense.
Right. Or Mr. Tuna.
Right.
Like,
How did it get to that point?
Yeah.
How did it get to the
Right.
point?
how
of,
would you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Were they naked?
Well,
They
yeah,
might have, it sounds like they were naked.
It very well could have
Tell you-
been, or maybe they had the towel on and it just kind of, time to release the hounds.
Or why aren't you taking your towel off? We're in a sauna.
right.
And you're with your brother-in-law?
Uh-huh.
Listen,
It's close.
I have a
family.
brother-in-law. He's awesome. Would I go do stuff with him? Sure. Would I stay out till 5 o'clock in the morning? No.
Mhm.
Naked in a sauna? You wouldn't, huh?
That's not on him. That's with anyone.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Even with my wife, I'm like, it's 5 a.m., baby. We got directions to give him a park in a driveway.
Woman arrested for domestic avocado attack. There's this gal. She's 39. Her name is Carlene Benzwanger. She has been living with and banging this 68-year-old man for about a year now. Apparently last weekend they got in a bit of an argument. She threw an avocado right at him, hit him in his eyeball, and then I guess hit him with a hanging rod is what it says. So probably like curtain rod or something. Hit him in the arm with it. Yeah. Neighbor had saw what was going on, called police. Police come out. She, of course, denies directly hitting the man. She goes to jail for battering a victim age 65 or older. She, of course, was released, but she's been popped before multiple convictions of illegal possession of Xanax, convictions of theft, DUI, probation violations, driving without a license. This lady is just makes poor decisions.
All I could think about when I saw this story was it was a drive-by fruiting. Because avocados are fruit.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It is.
It is.
Calm down.
And delicious.
Yeah, right. A little lime. Woman gets secret spicy tattoo for her wedding night. 11 days left until her wedding. Madison Crowley decided that all of TikTok should know about her secret spicy tattoo. She got to surprise her husband on their wedding night, as they haven't had sex yet. The plan was to have him honored and for him to find this tattoo on her. Where do you think it was?
Inside her butt cheeks.
No.
In her thigh?
First of all, find an artist that would do that.
Oh, I'm sure. For the right amount of money, they do it.
Maybe a living room artist.
Rusty nails.
It was on her ass.
I was close.
You were close.
I
Yes.
was very close.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she got his initials. So she got taken to task on TikTok for a couple things. One, don't do this. It is a sure sign of a curse, right? You're asking for it.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that has been debunked because I've had your name on my ass for like 4 years now.
Yeah, but we're not married.
True statement.
And one of them doesn't work here anymore. So your debunking myth is all messed up.
You're absolutely right. I'm not the one that left the relationship.
Sure. And then a lot of people are going, hey, if it's a secret, does he not know you have TikTok?
Yeah, right.
It's got like 500,000 views. You can watch the video and the tattoo. It's close up of her ass. So you just see skin and then these initials. But I am going with this theory. If you are someone who has decided to hold your flower until your wedding night, you probably won't do doggy style. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That is true.
You're not going to find that for at least another couple of years. Unless he's looking at her in the shower. It's like, honey, did you miss a spot?
Unless he's not a virgin.
True statement. Then.
Or unless that's his requested starting point.
Possibly.
Which is sus.
That is weird. That is weird.
Yeah. Usually on a wedding night, you like to look at each other's eyes while you're having sex.
No, I want to look at the back of your head.
It's the foreplay.
And then the other thing is, if I could offer any advice on their wedding night, don't get a tattoo. Maybe wear, some provocative underwear or some provocative lingerie or a bra and panty set. Something could be considered very spicy for your first time. Tattoo, you go, And by the way, that means a man, stranger, has been up close in your ass and he hasn't.
Before him, yes.
All these stories are on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BMMS69.
Tulsa's morning show continues.
Every woman wants a gigantic dong. Vaginas are all different.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Some, that's terrifying.
Right.
Some, that sounds exciting.
Right. Some, that's not even big enough.
Yeah. I have never thought if there is a website for women to go to find men that are well endowed. Now that we've said it aloud, I'm sure there's one.
Well, there has to be. They've got one for farmers, Christian singles.
Sure.
Why can't they have one? It's
Spoiler, those are all the same databases.
What?
Yeah.
Big dong dating.
and I'm sure there's one for this, but do like guys who like bolt-ons
Right.
breasts, is there a website for fake boobs, like only dating girls with fake breasts?
I feel like there probably is, but also I feel like that might be something in a profile, like on a dating app, like a question, like, do you prefer real or fake boobs? Or, you know what I mean?
I would know. I've never filled any
Me
one of those
either.
out, but that doesn't, you fill that out on a dating app. I don't take a lot of credibility with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're on a site as looking for a partner and the website is fakeboobsforyou.com, then you better have big old bolt-ons, right? Same way for girls looking for guys with well-endowed junk.
Yeah.
If that's on, like, every guy's going to put that in his profile.
Right.
But if you're on a website of Tubuku, you better be.
Right.
I don't go to the chicken restaurant and order a hamburger.
Yeah. Do you have to upload measurements to be on these websites?
If they exist, I don't even know.
Right.
So far, I just simply Googled website for men who want to only date women with fake breasts. That seems pretty simple and plain Jane, right?
Okay.
Haven't found anything yet. Haven't found anything yet. A lot of, these are the 28 best things to know before getting a boob job, or the 10 best dating apps, blah, 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 blah. But nothing in here, fakeboobsonly.com.
Okay. I Googled double D dating website.
Was double spelled out, or you just put two big D's on there?
No, I wrote double D dating website, and there isn't one. One does not come up.
Yeah. I honestly don't think that there are websites that get that specific.
Yeah. On our trademark. On our trademark.
Yeah, absolutely. There needs to be.
People are vain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So my whole thing, if that was my company, is that you would have to do that across the board. So if you're going to have, doubleddating.com, then you got to have, tubuku.com.
Right. 9 inches or more.com.
Yeah. If whatever that
Whatever
is.
it is, yeah. I'm almost afraid to type that in.
Just like people are into feet. Like there should be a website that if you want to date someone who loves dealing with feet as a woman and you're comfortable, like there are people that's that rowboat has 2 oars,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What did you find?
Is there one?
Fetu. It says foot fetish dating platform. Feet worship and femdom chat. Fetish sex dating, the online kink community.
Yeah, I mean,
there's. I was just looking for dating sites about foot fetish.
I guess that'd be a subgenre of BDSM, right? So
yeah, sure. Footfetishdating.com. Click. Footfetishmatch.com. So they do have websites that will get down into it in certain aspects, in certain areas. Giant schlongs or, mega boob isn't one of them. But feet. Why?
Lindsay, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically they want to know, are any of them still single? I'm 5'2", 120 pounds, pleasant on the eyes, and very capable of intelligent conversation. For the record, if you write that in there, I know you're not. Just saying, because if you were, you'd say something intelligent.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lindsay? How do you find a well-endowed man or person?
I don't know.
Oh, your
I
poor
mean,
husband.
I would say I found mine. I'm not looking.
Too late.
Yeah.
All right. What's done is done.
So I would say maybe join a matchmaker. Ask a matchmaker to help you out. I feel like that would be something that would be on a matchmaking site.
Right, but don't you think there's room for fibbing on that?
Yeah,
You get to
definitely.
embellish a lot on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Picture of you and a dog, and they're like, "Oh, where's your dog? I don't have a dog."
Mhm.
Oh, there's a picture of you on your dating profile. Yeah,
About that. That was my friend's dog, and I
Yeah.
thought it would just,
it's a great picture of me.
bring you in.
They do say that people with dogs in their profile pictures
Totally.
get lots of hits.
You want to, if you're a single guy, there are two ways to pick up women, in my opinion.
Mm.
A dog at a park.
Mhm.
Go to a dog park. You will find probably a woman with a dog.
Mhm. Sure.
I hope so.
Offer
Yeah.
to pick up your friend's kids
Mm.
at school
Mm.
where you have to walk in.
Oh, yeah. Single mom, single dad.
Just saying. Right? That would be the way to do it.
Mm.
All right. But Lindsay, well endowed.
Yeah, I would say get on a match. Hire a matchmaker. Hire a matchmaker. I don't think you're ever going to just find someone well endowed unless you are looking on someone's OnlyFans page, maybe. I would say a guy that has some junk is going to start his own page if he's single.
Gimpy.
I don't know. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to know where to start. So my advice to this person is figure it out your damn self. All right? Go find somebody and ask them if they got a big schlonger. And if
for
that's
tight
the
pants.
answer's yes, then okay, well, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself, but then there you got your answer. But I don't know. I have never searched for a guy with a huge schlong. I have no desire to search for a guy with a huge schlong. Now I'm out. I have no advice for you.
If you asked me where to find information on molecular science, I wouldn't be able to help you. Nor am I a resource for this. I'm just making an assumption. You might be focusing on the wrong thing,
Eyes up here, lady.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
If your objective's just to get that,
Mm,
go to the bar and ask guys.
absolutely.
They will gladly tell you.
Mm,
And be ready to call them out on it because
mhm.
every guy is going to say they're a horse. That the Jolly Green Giant ain't got nothing on them.
When I had first pierced mine way back when I was in high school, you're proud of it. And I was talking to this gal, Amber, I think is what her name was. And I was telling her about it. Oh, yeah, penis is pierced, did it myself, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's see it. Okay. So I had no choice but to present myself to her. Oh, it just goes to prove his point. You're going to have to be prepared for them to, whip it out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're going to have to be very assertive. Did you end up sleeping with her?
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
Why you say that?
I asked for the dessert tray. I'm getting dessert.
Not if it's ugly.
I don't know anything about that. Mind reading brain implant allows man to talk again. A 36-year-old patient who's being known as Pancho is the first person to try a mind-reading brain implant that lets him, quote, speak. He was paralyzed from the neck down by a stroke at the age of 20, and the device has allowed him to communicate at around 7 words per minute, despite only being able to move his eyes. After all that time, he did have something important to tell the researchers. They put the implant in. What do you think the first thing he said was?
Hello.
It's fantastic. I'm obviously asking because it's not hello.
Can I get a churro?
I'm hungry.
Not far off.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
I think they're just calling him Pancho. Not sure of his ethnicity.
Just saying. Why else would they call him Pancho?
This hospital food sucks.
Nice.
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. See what Gimpy wants to talk about here very soon, but first we got to see what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
Aaron Rodgers says he'd like to be a New York Jet. The 39-year-old Green Bay Packer quarterback told the Pat McAfee show his intention is to play in New York. Rodgers said he hasn't been holding anything up, but it's the Packers and the compensation they're trying to get for him. Rodgers said spending 3 full days and 4 nights in darkness really helped clear his body and mind to make a decision. He also said the Packers made it clear they wanted to move on. Rodgers also had a message for some of the reporters who have been breaking news about his situation in recent weeks, particularly ESPN's Adam Schefter. Asked about the report from Schefter and ESPN's Diana Rossini on Monday that Rodgers presented the Jets with a wish list of other players for them to sign, Rodgers called it ridiculous. In fact, he revealed that when contacted by Schefter about whether or not he'd like to comment on the report, he responded, "Lose my number." I didn't respond to Diana Rossini, I think her name is, Rodgers said, but I would say the same thing that I told Shefty. Lose my number. Nice try. I'll speak for myself. I'm sure there will be people that have their sources, but from what I've seen, it's like I had a sheet of paper when I met with the Jets and I said, sign these people. And that's not the reality. Schefter actually confirmed Rodgers' account by providing a screenshot of the text. To the delight of social media, Rodgers maintained that he speaks for himself. Indeed, it is rare to see a player break the news of their own trade, especially a deal that hasn't yet been done. Although it's also worth pointing out that another ESPN reporter, Trey Wingo, appears to have accurately detailed the situation on Monday, citing anonymous sources. And it's now all but guaranteed that we will see Rodgers in a Jets uniform in 2023.
Well, to me, it's not guaranteed and it's not accurate until it's done.
Right.
Yes. I think that he just loves all this attention. I think
he does too.
Yes, absolutely.
How about he's a huge anti-pharmaceutical industry person, and he's going to, if he goes to the Jets, he'll be employed by the grandson of Johnson, the CEO, the co-founder of Johnson & Johnson. So you'd be taking that pharmaceutical money.
Yes.
Weird how it works out,
Yes,
huh? Suddenly you don't have a problem with it?
Well,
I mean, I'm just playing football. I don't have anything to do with that.
You're still supporting him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole, like, I don't speak for myself or what, that's part of the industry.
Right.
You have no problem when they give you your flowers, man. When you do well.
Exactly.
So can he be like, go to the Jets and be like, I want these people to play?
Sure.
I don't want you to sign it, but they don't have to, obviously.
Sure. Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Right. They can trade for him or whatever, work out the compensation deal, and then not get any of the people at once.
But you got him, and that's what they really want.
That's what they want.
But the people that were rumored that he wanted already got signed to the Jets earlier this week.
Yes, one person has, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, too, is he's got to learn a new offense scheme. Or he'll come in and dictate what he wants to do.
All right, and make the team work around him.
And then all the players then have to learn.
Right.
He's got one guy that's from his old offense scheme. Okay. Also, Brett Favre did this. He went to the Jets. And Aaron Rodgers has been in Brett Favre's shadow for a while.
Yeah.
Keep filling them shoes there, Ron.
And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original.
Pictures taking her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party.
What does that mean? They were filming it?
I guess so.
Give him a free hat.
Yeah.
Right. What is a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party?
I don't know, but I'm interested.
Sure. Something with young kids, huh? Were there young kids there? Underage?
I don't know. It never said
that's what
that.
Girls Gone Wild was most of the time.
That is true. That is true. And even having oral with 2 officers at the Laverne, Tennessee police station.
At the same time?
At the same time.
Get it, girl.
The steamy shenanigans in which Hall allegedly bragged about the size of one partner's genitals and
How is
claimed
that worthy of the story?
I don't know. She claimed to be in an open marriage. She not only led Hall to be canned, but led to the firings of 2 sergeants, 1 officer, and a detective, according to a December internal investigation. 2 other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, they kept their jobs but wound up being suspended. The extracurricular activities took place at hotels and parties at other officers' houses and on a boat, while she was also
On a
accused of performing oral sex on 2 officers while on duty at the police station and police gym. Officials began to look into the swinging personal lives of the officers when the mayor himself received a tip that she was sleeping with several fellow cops
Mayor didn't get the tip.
and had a threesome with an officer and his wife, among other claims. They were dismissed for violating police procedure and lying during the investigation, who had been witnessed choking an HR employee.
She's a whore.
God.
Yeah, I know, right?
What? That's
I mean,
whore.
if she wants to be promiscuous, so
Mhm.
what? I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on the job,
Exactly.
that's obviously completely reckless. And multiple people you work with, also extremely reckless.
Yeah.
It creates a system of resentment, right? People like don't like it or whatever. You create problems that way.
Only
Don't-
the other female officers that aren't getting railed by the
and
other
let
dude
no,
officers.
Guys get way jealous, dude. So
Why,
if you're
because they're
like,
not getting any,
no, maybe, or ones that are like, no, she was with me. Like,
uh-huh.
yeah,
But
it
that's
is
my
not
girl.
healthy.
That
Did
is
you know that your mother is a whore?
Yeah.
right. The HR director who authored the report and conducted the investigation sanctioned the 8 officers for various penalties for sexual activity while on duty, sexual harassment, conduct unbecoming of an officer, and lying during the course of the investigation. It was further revealed that Hall and many of the male officers had shared lewd text messages and pornographic images of themselves.
Good tasting tuna.
Boy, this is good tasting tuna.
Or like, hey, we're a small town. There's no crime going on.
What up, house?
Listen to this. It says at one point during one of the parties, she was already intoxicated and was reportedly being force-fed vodka by one of the other officers.
Yeah, they're like, get Janice drunk, she'll put out.
Yeah, you can't do that though. That's bad look, man. That's kind of weird.
Mhm.
Like, hey, you heard if you get Hall drunk, man, she'll go sexually crazy.
Exactly.
That's predator type stuff,
Right.
dude.
Have another drink, Janice. I don't even know if that's her real name, but whatever.
Arresting their 2 Florida paramedics suspended after pronouncing a live man dead. 2 West Central Florida paramedics. This happened on a Wednesday in Clearwater Fire and Rescue. They were placed on administrative duty. WTSP TV reported the incident first. The paramedics from Station 47 responded to a call about a 65-year-old man in cardiac arrest. This happened at his private residence, and they showed up. The responders pronounced the man dead shortly after their arrival. Clearwater Fire and Rescue said in a statement, they left the area once deputies from the sheriff's office arrived to investigate. And according to the news release, a deputy noticed the patient was breathing and requested medical crews to return to the scene. Then Largo fire rescue crews were called and reached the scene about 28 minutes later. And the man was then transmitted to a hospital where he's recovering, according to another TV outlet. Upon notification of the incident, the Clearwater Fire and Rescue team immediately removed both fire medics from their normal duties and discontinued their abilities to provide patient care in conjunction with the county's medical director. They said, on behalf of the city, I apologize for the actions.
No, they're real sorry.
And
My
the
bad.
and the inactions of our crew during this incident. He said, we have strict policies and procedures in place that were not followed. According to our preliminary review, these 2 did not perform to the standard of care that our citizens expect and deserve.
They have to say that. They can't
Right.
say they did everything according to code.
Yeah,
Right.
They can't,
because they didn't.
because then everyone's going to be put under scrutiny. They've got to put it on those 2 people. But I can't imagine they showed up with like, eating a Slim Jim and a big gulp going, yeah, he ain't moving. He looks dead. Maybe they didn't, but I'm assuming they showed up, followed the protocols.
Mm.
I don't know, put 2 fingers on the neck. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever those protocols are.
Mirror underneath the nose. Ah, he ain't breathing. He's got to be dead.
You're at you're there. You call 911. Paramedics show up, and they just do 2 fingers under the throat, which is not a correct way to check to see if someone's alive, by the way. And they're like, yeah, they're dead. Do you, watching your loved one in this peril moment, who have called the people to save their life, go, yo, man.
Yeah.
Do your job. Like, do you get into it? Well, of course not. But do you get into an aggressive confrontation over the
You assume that they're doing their job right.
I think so, right?
You would just be like, well, I guess Tom's dead. They said he's dead. I got to take your word for it.
Did they put the thing on the finger and it didn't make any noise? And they were like, yeah, I put new batteries in it yesterday.
Right.
Right.
Well, my thing was, if they are an ambulance, and why weren't they taking the body themselves?
Ambulances don't take bodies.
Oh.
They transport to the hospital.
Okay, why weren't they doing that then?
Because they said it was dead.
It just all seems so weird. Like,
when a body's dead,
Yeah.
they don't take it to the hospital.
Beg to differ. They took my mom to the hospital.
Did they?
St. John's.
But were they trying to save her on the
No,
way?
she was already dead. She was dead. Dead.
The 2 experiences
Dead.
The 2 experiences that I have had with dead people who have died in the home.
Yeah.
The ambulance comes, they don't take the body.
Yeah, when my mom died, I got the call. We was on 21st, and they lived on 21st and shared. Anyhow, so I get to the house, and the ambulance is backed up in the driveway, and they got her on the gurney, putting her in the back of the ambulance, taking her to the hospital. She's already pronounced dead.
It feels like an extra trip to take them to the hospital.
I don't know.
well, that's where the morgue.
It's not at the hospital. The hospital has a morgue.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how it works out.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with my dad, too. My dad died at the house, and they picked him up, took him to the hospital, and that's where we got to say our final goodbyes.
Yeah,
So,
and I don't know. It's like, do you check? Maybe they check the ID. It's like, are they a organ donor? Maybe that's why you take the body to the hospital. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how that works out.
And so, again, I'm not an EMT. So, like, you're an EMT, they die, you go, all right, where's their wallet? I got to check their ID to see if they're an organ donor. How does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you let the people at the hospital deal with it. Like, we're just here to drop the body off. Y'all figure it out.
And is there a code? Like, they call in? Like, do they do lights? If they're taking a dead body to the hospital, do they run code to the hospital?
Right, lights and sirens and the whole 9?
Yeah. I would think not. It's
Probably
not an
not.
emergency.
Right.
Exactly.
But if they're an organ donor, time is of the essence on those things.
Right.
They have a shelf life.
Man busted with a ton of child porn. So police in Florida.
Is he a cross-dresser?
You should see the mugshot. It's a doozy. Police got a tip in January about some child sexual abuse material being uploaded to the internet at this address.
It's the Crypt Keeper.
They check it out. And that's where they come. They find a 17-year-old Paul Zytel at his home. They searched the house. They found more than...
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Good morning. I'm Corbin. To my right is Lindsay. Good morning, Lindsay.
Hi there. Ready
Hi.
to feel a bit old? It was just 32 years ago in 1991, Eddie Van Halen and Valerie Bertinelli had a baby boy. They named him Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I thought he was older than that. I feel old.
Okay. Gimpy.
Good morning, Corbin. Today's the last day to get signed up for the Shamrock Pub Crawl. If you want to go bar hopping with me tomorrow on a party bus, hit up the website that rocks, KMOD.com, brought to you by Guinness Stout.
All right. Let's see what Gimpy wants to talk about.
Be around the world, take my strong hand, get on the Gimp train, on the Gimp train. Be around the world, take my strong hand, get on the Gimp train, Gimp train.
Sure, I'll take your dildo. Fun. I don't remember saying that, but that means nothing.
Thanks, Miguel.
Yeah, no problem. So I got a new book. I know I'm not much of a reader, but my buddy Richard's like, I got this book for you. He gives it to me over the weekend. I says, that's fantastic. I want to share it with everybody. It's 50 ways to eat cock. Healthy chicken recipes with balls. And I think that this is simply amazing. It's got
You bought that book.
I didn't buy it. It was given to me. It was a gift from my friend Richard. So I thought I'd bring it in. It's got everything.
Ironic.
Right? It's got everything from breakfast. It's got appetizers. It's got everything in here, like the coquettes. That's your breakfast recipe. It's a Spanish recipe is what it is. And I'm like, all right, well, that sounds kind of interesting.
Sounds like a music group.
Yeah. Right? Hello, we are the coquettes. And as you kind of go through here, it has everything you need to prepare your cock for eating, like the soups. How about a tasty cock stock? Teaches you how to make a cock stock. All right.
Sure.
The basis of many delicious soups and savory dishes. Keep plenty on hand for nutritional benefits and phenomenal flavor that it lends to its savory dishes. You got your plain old cock soup. All right. It's just simple. One whole cock, preferably with the head and the feet on, a large onion, a couple of carrots, some celery, assorted vegetables, of course, some raw cider vinegar and salt to taste. Cock soup.
As opposed to cooked cider vinegar.
I guess. Moving along here, you have a Caribbean style cock soup. If you want to get a little exotic with your cock soup, you could do the Caribbean style. It says cock soup is a tradition in many countries, as stated in the introduction of this book, especially reserved for pregnant women in Jamaican households to ensure the birth of healthy babies. Caribbean style cock soup.
Lots of soup.
Lots of soup. There has this one. I've never heard of this. It's a cockaliki is what it is. And it's a cock leek soup. All right. You get a whole cock, 12 large leeks, thoroughly cleaned, some water, one Scottish bouquet, 12 pitted prunes, and a Jamaican pepper to make your cockaliki.
Seems like that would be like a holiday soup, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Either in Hawaii or I don't know.
It's got a simple cock and bean soup in here as well. Takes 2 quarts of cock stock, half a pound of white beans, 2 cups of cock meat left over from making the stock, some garlic cloves, onions, tomato, and a head of escarole shredded. All right.
What's escarole?
I have no idea.
Huh.
I have no idea.
I have heard of that.
It says you got a whole chapter here dedicated on salads and sandwiches. Of course, you have a cock and white bean salad. Doesn't that sound delicious? It's half white beans, 2 cups of cock meat left over from making the stock, a shallot, some celery, red wine sherry vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, and a small bunch of parsley. Of course, it has your just standard cock meat sandwich here. Nothing special about it. It's some scallions, some celery, chopped walnuts, and mayonnaise. So just a plain old cock meat sandwich if you just want to, have a little snack in the afternoon.
I want to point something out.
Mm-hmm.
Gimpy's reading the book.
It is a book. It is a legit book written by Adrian and Hugh.
Yeah. I just think it's important to point out you're not adding words.
No.
You're reading the book and the recipes and the recipe titles verbatim. I think this is an important point to point out.
I am not off the cuff on this one. This is straight out the book. 50 ways to eat cock. Healthy chicken recipes with balls.
This isn't ambulance.
No.
This isn't Minga.
Not avocado guacamole.
Nope. He is
None of
being authentic to reading the book that was given to him that anyone can purchase.
Absolutely.
I just think it's important.
It is very important. If you're not big on bread, like I don't like a whole lot of bread, and if you just don't want a cock meat sandwich here, it has cock under wraps. So you grab a tortilla, okay? You got your 2 cups of cock meat left over from making your stock, some pesto sauce, red peppers, sun-dried tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, thinly sliced or shredded, and 1 small head of crisp lettuce leaves. And of course, your favorite tortilla wrap. It says here, preferably sourdough or sprouted for your cock under wraps. Now, this next section here, I'm not a
wrap guy.
Not all the time. Every now and again, I'll get a hankering. Like I'll be at the Quick Trip and I'll see their wraps. Like they've got this Southwestern cock wrap down there, chicken wrap or whatever. I'm like, I get it every now and again, and it's good. It's good.
Yeah, they get too, when they're cold, tortillas feel gummy.
Very much
Very.
so. Very much so. And sometimes the lettuce, it's like been chilled too long and it's kind of icy. And nobody likes
Better
it.
than slimy.
True.
Yeah.
I guess I'd rather have an icy cock wrap than a slimy cock wrap. So the next one I'm not big on, but I know somebody probably out there is. It's the pasta and rice section. I'm not big on pasta. That's why I don't like Italian food. It's the pasta that gets me.
What is it? The texture of pasta?
It's just too filling, to be honest with you.
Wasn't that the point of eating?
Yes, but I want more of the good stuff, right? I had this conversation with somebody yesterday. We were talking about meatloaf, and I make an Italian-style meatloaf. Italian seasoning, Italian cheeses. I'm not the type to put, the barbecue sauce or the ketchup on top. And he's like, that's funny because you say you hate Italian food. I don't hate Italian food. I don't like the pasta. You give me all the meats and the seasonings, and we're solid.
Yeah, you don't like pizza. You don't like pasta.
I don't like all the bread.
You're
It's
more of a
just too
protein
much.
over a carb guy.
Absolutely. But some of these sound pretty good. Not this
Teaspoon
particular
at a
one.
time.
This particular one doesn't sound good to me, but somebody might like it. Linguine with cock and lemon cream sauce.
Oh,
Yum.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
See,
the lemon
somebody would
Alfredo,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. A cocked up pasta pesto.
Yum.
Sounds delicious. Okay. Pasta and a cocky tomato sauce. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds pretty simple. Dried pasta, long or tubular, and cooked according to directions. Some extra virgin olive oil, chopped onion, can of tomato puree, 1 cup of cock stock, dried oregano, a bay leaf, 1 pound of cock meat reserved for making your stock. You chop that cock up, 2 bell peppers, and salt to taste.
Okay.
Yes. Moving on here, you got, because it is pasta and rice section, you got cock fried rice.
Okay.
Okay. There's other ones here. Risotto cock balls. Now, I'm not a big fan of risotto. Honestly, I've had it a few times and I'm just like, it's slimy rice. It's like a rice
Oof.
soup, I feel.
No.
Maybe I just had a bad batch.
You had to have,
but
because it's amazing.
is it?
Yes.
I've heard, like Chef Ramsay's always going on when you're watching Hell's Kitchen and they always sell the risotto. I just didn't like it when I had it. Maybe, like I said, I had a bad batch.
Yeah. And the balls are, if I'm not mistaken, are they fried in that recipe? Are they smooshed together and then rolled in like
a
panko
large
and fried?
bowl, mix your risotto with an egg, and if the mixture seems too dry, add another egg. The mixture should be rather firm. Form a 3-inch disc in one hand, and place a few pieces of your cock meat and cheese in the middle. Bring the edges of the rest of the rice mixture up and around the filling to close, and now you have risotto ball. Lightly fry in oil or lard. Serve your cock risotto balls hot.
Yeah. Aranici, I think, might be what they're called in Italian food.
Okay.
And they are delicious.
Okay, that's something I might give a shot. Risotto cock balls. You got plain cock with rice. That just seems simple. I like that. That's good Southern home food, I think, right there.
Yeah.
Once again, a little. If you want to go European, they have Turkish style cock with rice.
I am.
Yeah. Let's see what else here. Here on this section here, these are your main entrees. Once again, we're going over the book, 50 Ways to Eat Cock, Healthy Chicken Recipes with Balls. Cock paprikash, which it's a Czech food from what it says here. And it's got some paprika, caraway seeds, heavy cream, butter, and 1 cock cut into 8 pieces. But I don't know. Maybe because it's foreign food and I'm just one of those guys. I don't want to try the cock paprikash, but how about some barbecue crock pot cock? That sounds delicious. Yeah, you put your cock in the crock pot, you let it cook all day long, some barbecue sauce. How about some cock with wine? All right. 1 cock cut into 8 pieces. Unbleached flour for dusting is what you need. This one involves 5 slices of bacon chopped.
Yeah.
It has
Mhm.
butter in it, delicious. 1/4 cup of cognac. Onions, tomato paste, garlic cloves, and 2 cups of red wine, such as a name that I cannot pronounce. If that's too fancy for you, you can go simple and just have cock with beer. It is.
Okay.
It is another 1 cock cut into 8 pieces. This has got fatty slices of bacon chopped up. You can't go wrong there. 2 bottles of blonde beer, pearl onions. I'm out on the 1.5 cups of button mushrooms. I'm good on that. 25 peppercorns, 25 juniper berries, and a pinch of sugar for your cock with beer.
Okay.
Yeah. Or cock with white wine. This thing has got it all, man. I'm telling you, 50 different ways. Cock with peppers or the supreme cock.
Sure. These are all sus, though. I mean, these are all expected, I should say. Like, you got desserts?
We do. In the far back, we've got, but we'll get to that point eventually. Cock and dumplings. All right. Cock combs and waddles is another one. Regular gumbo. Cock pot pie. Okay.
I'm a sucker for that.
Yeah. Cock and pilaf and a phyllo, which I guess
Phyllo dough.
Phyllo dough. There you go. At least you know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. This stuff seems too fancy. for me.
You know what it is. It's sheets of super thin dough.
Okay.
And you've probably had it in baklava. Most people
Yeah.
have ever had it in that.
Never had the baklava before.
Yeah, you have.
I have.
It's usually cut into triangle. It's puff pastry, and it's got honey and nuts and cinnamon and nutmeg. It's so good.
It's a Greek dessert.
Okay. Again, never had the baklava
Really?
before. For real.
Huh.
For real.
Dude,
what's the
it's
difference-
stupid good.
What's the difference in cock and pilaf and a phyllo bread or phyllo bread and a cock in a blanket?
Well, it's puff pastry, so it's super
Okay.
thin and fluffy.
Okay.
Where the second one is more just like pigs in a blanket. Like I bought some dough and rolled it out thin.
Gotcha. Creamy cock and coconut milk. That doesn't sound too awful bad. Dipping cock, like chicken nugs.
Okay.
Essentially, you're just deep frying your cock and putting it in some kind of saucy to dip it in. Moroccan steamed cock or Moroccan steamed cock with vegetables, stewed vegetables.
Yeah, you definitely want your stewed.
Yeah.
We were talking yesterday about Buffalo Wild Wings and their Thai curry sauce and how it is delicious and it'll light you up on both ends and stain your fingers.
Yeah.
They have in here a recipe for curried cock. Okay.
I love a good curried anything.
And then we have the traditional tacos, which essentially is just a cock taco. You eat it soft or eat it hard. Cock tacos are bound to fill you up. Bound to fill you up. Cock with prunes. I've never been a big prune guy, to be honest with you. I've had them before. They're just giant raisins that aren't really that good. I didn't think so anyway.
I find them to be unbelievable.
Mm.
You eat them, you're like, this is the craziest thing I've ever eaten. It's so sweet and usually paired with something very savory.
Right.
Prunes are essentially like plums that are dried out, right?
Yes.
Like as grapes are to raisins.
Yes.
Plums are okay.
Fun fact, my move to Tulsa was with a girl that I moved to San Francisco with. I moved to San Francisco to be with, who worked for a PR agency. Their big initiative was to change people's mindset of prunes to call them dried plums.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Apparently it was broke.
People know them as prunes.
Get a
Just
bad
eat them
rap.
as prunes.
I like prunes.
I do too.
I eat them.
I tried them, never had them before, or I never did like them. Finally, here we got the cock pot roast, and like Corbin was asking for desserts, is there a cocky dessert out there? You're damn right. Cock pudding. Cock pudding involves breast meat of 1 cock, 2 quarts whole milk, non-ultra pasteurized is what it says, 1.5 cups of sugar, and 1 1/3 cup of rice flour. You mix it all together, follow the instructions, and boom, you got yourself some cock pudding.
Huh.
So there you go.
Sounds awful.
You can have cock for dessert.
Yikes. That's terrifying.
Around the world, take my strong hand, get on the give train, on the give train. Around the world, take my strong hand, get on the give train, give train.
Sure, I'll take your dildo.
Tulsa's morning show, the Big Mad Morning Show. The assault continues.
Okay.
All right. We're down in the home stretch of this thing. All right. The Enchanted Cottage Day
Corbin.
Spa Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin is incorrect. That is a day spa.
Why are people calling here asking if we have weed?
Got any specials on an ounce, man?
It's called Enchanted.
Wildflower Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
That is incorrect, Corbin. Wildflower is a day spa. All right. Clover Patch Tulsa Day Spa or
Lindsay.
Dispensary. Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct.
What's the score?
6-8, Corbin's
Okay.
lead. All right. The Merry Mind Day Spa or
Lindsay.
Dispensary. Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay. The Merry Mind is a dispensary. All right. The Relax Station Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a spa.
That is correct. Corbin is up 9-6. Path to Wellness Day Spa or Dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay, Path to Wellness is a
Oh,
day
I'm
spa.
sorry. I thought you said packed.
Oh, yeah. Was that the
wellness.
problem?
Yeah, I thought you said packed.
Sure, yes. Let me enunciate a little bit more, shall we? All right, let's see here. Heirloom, Day Spa or Dispensary? Heirloom, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That's a dispensary.
Corbin, Heirloom is a day spa.
Mm.
You're still in the lead, 9-6. He's okay. Tulsa Garden, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Day
Spa.
spa or dispensary. The Tulsa Garden is a day spa. Good job, Lindsay.
Score.
Looking at 9-7, Corbin's lead. Bella Roma Medical, Day Spa or Dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin. Bella Roma Medical is a day spa. Stonebrook, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Yes, you are correct, Lindsay. We are now 9-8, neck and neck. Who is going to win, Day Spa or Dispensary, and walk away with a big, big prize? Stone Age Meds, Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. The Stone Age Meds is a dispensary. Uptown Wellness, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. Uptown Wellness is a dispensary.
Really?
We only got 2 left here.
Okay.
All right. So we got a chance to tie it and a breaker if we can do this. All right. Pura, Day Spa or
Corbin.
Dispensary? Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin is correct. Pura is a dispensary, puts him with the win, 10-8. I'll go ahead and give you the last one, see if you can guess it. Stonebrook, Day Spa or Dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay would have been correct, which wouldn't matter because it's 10-9. Corbin is the big winner. Congratulations, Corbin.
What'd I get?
You want to know what you got?
Yeah.
My friend, I tell you, you have won my leftover potatoes. That's right, Corbin. I had
Listen,
dinner last night.
I love it. That's awesome, man. I'm actually kind of hungry, so I think that's a fantastic
This is
gift.
perfect.
And you're not a horrible cook,
No.
so that's great. But, I just think it's just an honor to win. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Lindsay. She put in a valiant effort.
Listen,
And,
Corbin,
I just appreciate the competitiveness. And, I'm just one guy on a team, and we're just trying to make things happen. And, it's an honor to be a part of the Ford Truck Series and anything I can do to make this Hilton Hotel team do the best I can.
Well, Corbin, I'm glad that you accepted and decided to give your prize of potatoes to the loser of the game, but that's not all that you're going to win. All right. So not only do you get my leftover dinner from last night, my potatoes and a little bit of steak with some cheese on top, I'm also going to hook you up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea.
Oh.
Set right up front because nobody wants this. So
Yeah.
I grabbed a pack and you get
Yeah.
to take it home with
Again, you put
Twisted
zero
Tea.
effort into the prize.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just real grateful that this Hilton Honors team did the best they could and make sure part of the Ford Truck Series continues. So I'd like to give it to my second place. His second isn't winning. So
All right.
Twisted Tea is a great beer fridge for guests.
Right,
item.
right. Well, congratulations, Lindsay. You got yourself some old mushed potatoes and some warm Twisted Tea for losing on Day Spa or Dispensary.
this says I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. Bmms. Then whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh,
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
Yeah.
That maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a
But-
problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
This
once
isn't a
you get
problem. This is a
back-
crack in the foundation.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because once you get back, everything's right there, you know? Yeah.
What are some other
And-
things he could try?
I think he
Entertain the
begs,
idea.
goes
No
on
bad ideas.
hands and knees and
Begs?
begs. What do you want me to? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem?
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario. If you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man, you're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You know, you're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because, you know, there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince
Mm-hmm.
for a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
going to send
myself.
her on a spa day? I know. I think he needs to go to her and definitely like he needs to know from her what she expects from him,
I don't think.
what he wants her to
Come
do.
on,
What-
Lindsay.
yeah,
Come
no.
on. Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her.
What
Don't have
she
sex with
wants him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so we're
He's
talking about a
done the
second
damage.
chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to
Yeah.
an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. Like, it,
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. Let's play a game. Their 50th anniversary concert is coming up in April, and we've got tickets for you. And we're going to play Schnipp, Schnapp, Schnurr. The current record is...
We are currently in a three-way, guys. It's threes all the way
Boys.
around.
Last week's winner was...
That would be me.
So Corbin and Lindsay at 918-460-KMOD, 918-460-KMOD. Call up and decide who's going to be your clue giver. Whoever gets the most right is getting those tickets for our 50th anniversary concert. Let's get to the phones. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
My name is Brian.
Hello, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Good. Brian, who do you want to give clues, Lindsay or Corbin?
Oh, let's go with Corbin.
Brian, 60 seconds on the clock. Timer starts after the first clue. Are you ready?
Yes, do it.
Here we go. This is the grain mostly grown in Kansas. It makes flour. Yes. This is a sporting event, the squared circle, if you will. Don King Jr. is a promoter in this. Muhammad Ali was one of the most famous.
Oh, boxing.
Correct. A nickname for a redheaded person.
Ginger.
Yes. This is a building that sits on the coast to warn ships not to crash into it.
Oh, not spotlight. That's lighthouse.
Correct. The opposite of guilty.
Innocent.
Yes. In your home, this would be sometimes a separate room where you store all your dry goods.
Pantry.
Correct. This is the biggest state in America.
Alaska.
Correct. Cucumbers marinated in vinegar and spices.
Pickle.
Yes. Prior has the 8
Nicely
is what we
done.
got, sir. Might be good enough for the win. Hang on the line, okay?
Ooh. All right.
Good job. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
Jake,
Jake, how are you today?
I'm doing good. And how's yourself?
I'm good, man. You got to beat 8 today, okay?
Oh,
And
all
diddly-do.
right.
Here we go.
Blank against the machine.
Rage.
Yes. You take your pets to get their shots at the
Veterinarian. Vet.
mhm. From blank till dawn.
Dusk.
Yes. An air blank cracker. An air. It's not soft. It's very
Hard.
no. Crunchy.
Rough. Crunchy.
Another
Keep going.
an air. It makes it very crunchy and
Crisp.
yes. Another word for a gas blank.
A what?
A gas blank. You take your car here. An old
Gas station.
but another word for gas. You got the second word.
Gasoline.
No. You got the second word.
Time. Not enough. 4 is what I got here. So you're not going to win today, man. Thanks for playing, Jake.
Well, you guys have a great day.
You too, sir. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Congratulations, Brian. You're getting those tickets to our 50th anniversary concert.
Woo! Yeah.
Good job, brother.
Corbin, thanks.
You were in it, man. Hang on the line. This is the one you ended on. It's kind of an archaic term. People don't use this anymore.
Yes.
There was a restaurant in Tulsa. Harrison Ford's son had it here, and it was called a Ford's blank blank.
Oh.
If you, back in the day, you would pull up, and they would come and put petrol in your car, and that would be known as DX was a...
Filling station.
Before convenience stores, there were...
Right. Filling station.
Filling station. Yeah.
Yes. This one for you where you stopped, all I could think of was a Georgia is known for their Georgia.
Right.
Bulldogs.
The Prior
fruit.
Blank Festival.
That's what I was starting with, was
No.
Prior.
James and the Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The record now.
Puts Corbin in the lead with 4. Keeps me and Lindsay with 3.
Take a break, and we'll be back.
You go to the bar. You wait till about 1:45ish.
Oh,
You find the biggest woman with the least amount of teeth in her face, and you say, "You're coming with me."
I got to be honest. If I'm cheating as revenge, it ain't just going to be on crumbs. Listener email, I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years
Homeless
because
people eat out of garbage cans.
I
Corbin.
made a stupid
Beggars
mistake
can't be choosers.
and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, and slept with some woman. Almost immediately, the guilt took over me. She's told me it's over. But I have to try. What can I do to get her or to give our marriage a second chance? Lindsay.
Okay, so he already did the most awful thing he could have done, and that was cheat. But he was honest. So he's got that going for him at least. And if he wants to work things out, he's going to have to take the blame and take whatever is coming to him. If she is pissed, let her be pissed and just take it. Take the anger and just wait it out and see what she wants to do. The ball is absolutely 100% in her court. So whatever she wants, she gets at this point. If you want to stay in this marriage, If she wants to go through therapy, then you guys are going to go to counseling together. If she wants just you to go to counseling, then you're going to have to go to counseling because the ball is absolutely 100% in her court.
Gimpy.
Yeah, man, there's really nothing you can do, honestly. Just sit back and take your lumps as they are. All right. If she wants it to work, she'll figure it out. She's gonna be mad AF for a long time. And you're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to deal with being boring. There's not gonna be any time going out with the boys or going out doing what else, you know. And if you can't handle that, then you need to walk away. You need to realize, well, I effed this one up. I'm just going to go ahead and take my ball and I'm going to go home and then I'll come back and play the game another day. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's nothing really you can do. Just let time pass it on by. That's it.
I'm sorry. I have no gimmick for you that will work. You tell her you want it to work. You made a giant mistake and you're willing to work through it. She doesn't hear that. You got your answer. It's pretty black and white, man.
Yeah.
You have to eat your S sandwich. And when you go on and date in the future and be asked what happened with your marriage, you got to be honest. You S'd the bed royally. And so either you tell her what you want and hope she appeases you, but why beg someone to be with you? The Huffington Post has a list of the rudest things to avoid when you're visiting someone's home, like things you shouldn't do, right?
Oh, okay.
Touching or moving things.
Well, yeah.
Oh, so like I'm guilty of this though. Like if a picture
I'm shocked.
If a picture is crooked hanging on the wall, I'll straighten it.
Why?
No.
Why? It's not yours.
Exactly.
Nope.
Because I'm sure that it wasn't supposed to be crooked.
You don't know that. Some people like things off kilter like that.
I'll even mention it. I'm gonna fix that.
Oh, that's rude. That's like, like the cliche of like a mom coming in like, your pictures aren't straight.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ma.
Another one. Expecting a tour.
Oh, yeah.
You don't walk in and be like, give me a tour.
No, I don't.
I totally do. I love snooping around.
Because I don't want someone to do that to me. Because what if your bedrooms aren't clean or the bathroom's not clean?
Then they'll let you know.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Susan, they shouldn't be having company over if that's the case. Bedroom, maybe. Right? Bathrooms, though, clean that ass up if you're having company come over.
Another one. Overstaying your welcome.
Right.
How long? What's the good amount of time to stay at someone's house?
Depends on what the activity is.
Yeah.
Let's say dinner.
Oh, okay.
Couple hours.
2 hours after dinner. After 2 hours.
So you still at 6, 8, get out.
Because now it's time for the family to wind down.
Yeah.
And start doing their own nightly routine.
And I think it depends on who it is too. Like you always know, I think, depending on which friend it is.
Snooping.
Oof.
Yeah.
Opening the cabinet.
Yeah, you don't
to look
do
through the
that.
medicine cabinet. You feel like you give the vibe that you do that.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, it's not an insult. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it gives a vibe.
Why? What
Because
gives
you're
you that
nosy.
vibe?
You're very nosy.
What makes me nosy?
Well, you'll walk into a room when a conversation's happening going, wait, what are we talking about?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You love knowing other people's gossip?
Yeah. I'll watch those gossip shows.
No, I'm
That's what
talking
they're
like
there
personal
for.
gossip. I'm not talking about TV shows.
Yeah, if we're here, I don't want to miss out on anything, for sure.
Yeah, that's nosy.
Yeah.
Bringing an uninvited +1.
Yeah. Because now you're forcing the other people to like entertain somebody they don't know. It just makes
Right, or
everything.
don't like.
Exactly. And it's not your place to be inviting somebody else over.
Feeding their dog.
Huh? Oh, like table scraps or something?
I think that's what they mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you'd be like, where's your chow chow so I can put it in the bowl? Yeah. Some people do that. Some people think that because they feed their dogs table scraps or popcorn or whatever, that they can do that with your dog.
That's good that your dog's stomach is adapted to that. But now you're going to make your friend's dog crap all over their house because it's not used to that.
Showing up empty-handed.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, do I have to bring potato salad every time I come over?
No.
Exactly.
No, I always take something.
Yeah. I always take a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Always, always.
All right. I usually got my medicine on me, so that just works out perfectly.
Yeah, but that's not extra, right? Like you said, it's like offering him a cigarette.
Right. I don't have to share with you, though. That's the thing. I don't have to.
Yes, but you're not going out of your way is the point, right?
Listen, I'm the guy that goes to Walmart and gets the cookies for the potluck that we're having here at work, okay? You expect more from me?
Yeah, I think if you go to someone's house and they're making, like, let's just say dinner still, you got to take something.
Yeah.
I did. I brought
even
my
a
appetite.
dessert or wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Something.
It's just manners, Gimpy, right?
Right. Yeah, sure.
No.
Listen, y'all invited me over. Okay, cool. I'll come over and have dinner. That's all right. Doesn't mean I have to bring a bottle of wine or a 6-pack or a bottle of anything for that fact. That's that. Unless you say so. Hey, BYOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
I've never gone to someone's house and like looked around and said to myself, that's so dirty here.
Oh.
Ugh.
Wow.
What, do they have lives? Right? I don't go, their sheets, they didn't even make their bed. I don't do all that.
Oh, I bet you have.
Down my
No.
nose at you.
Because life happens.
Depends on the level of the filth, right? If you walk into somebody's house,
if you're
and
a
it looks
hoarder,
like hoarders, yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to your house. I already know you're a hoarder.
But this is the first time you didn't realize that they were disgusting people or hoarders until you walk into their house, right?
No. You
get
can read a
totally
hoarder a
thrown
mile
off guard.
away. No, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
Hoarder.
Yeah, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
You just tell by the way they dress. Their lack of showering.
Or by their vehicle.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, right? I think absolutely.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever, paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them and hang out for a little bit. And I got to go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm judging, like, I'm going to judge the food. So I'm not going to judge, like, hey, your bed wasn't made.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all like, ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. Good. You're right. Life happens.
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dressed for less. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. We got Conspiracy Thursday. We got our top list coming up, but right now we got to see what's in Gimpy's 4x4.
Well, Corbin, it says here that a federal judge hearing arguments over banning abortion pill. A U.S. district judge heard arguments yesterday in an anti-abortion group's lawsuit to overturn the FDA's approval of abortion pills. In addition to a complete ban, the Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine is requesting a preliminary injunction to remove one part of its 2-drug procedure from the market while the case is being heard. Prior to his appointment by former President Trump, the judge represented a conservative Christian group that objected to a clause in the Affordable Care Act requiring employees to cover their workers' birth control.
Hippocratic, not hypocrite. Hippocratic like Hippocratic Oath,
Right.
which is the oath doctors take. Okay.
Right. And other abortion news.
You could, because we can never get enough.
No. Utah governor signs legislation to ban abortion clinics. The Utah governor, Spencer Cox, is signing a controversial abortion bill. Yesterday, the governor signed off on legislation that will ban all clinics from providing abortions in Utah starting as early as May 3rd. The bill will also impose other abortion restrictions if the state's trigger ban is held up in court. The CEO of Planned Parenthood Association of Utah, said that they are exploring all the options to preserve access to abortion in Utah ahead of the bill's effective date. The state will stop issuing and renewing licenses for abortion clinics beginning May 2nd and will completely outlaw abortion in January of 2024. And more abortion news. Now, it says here.
Thank you, Bud.
The
Thank you.
Biden admin demanding app to be sold. The Biden administration is threatening a nationwide ban on TikTok if the Chinese-owned app isn't sold. That's according to a TikTok spokesperson who notes the company is disappointed in the outcome about the demand. The popular video sharing app is used by more than 100 million Americans. There's concern that the company could harvest and supply sensitive data on the U.S. users to the Chinese government. Pause. What kind of sensitive information are they going to get from TikTok?
I mean, if you give any app access to your phone, you give them access to your phone.
Okay.
They can see where you go, what you do, how much you spend, where you travel.
Okay.
How long it took you to get through security at the airport. I mean, like.
Okay, I get that now because I was thinking like social security numbers and banking. And I guess if that's all stored on your phone and history and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah. So to go way deep into the rabbit hole, the idea being like instead of sending somebody over to do reconnaissance, they could just do it via the phones.
Right. And
they can listen. They can do so.
Access your camera, which they're just going to see the inside of my pocket a lot, but whatever.
Well, yeah, but if you have access to like remote cameras in your home or your child's monitor or, you have pictures on your phone when you went and visited Washington, D.C.
Okay.
I'm going way deep into the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
To a level that we can understand. But if you are someone who works in the military,
okay,
and you do 1 week in a month, and that type of thing, they could get information.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yes, I find it hard to believe they're going to ban an app.
No,
I feel like that's a giant leap, right?
Right, yeah, right. But you never know, just to shove it in the face of the Chinese people. Whatever.
Yeah, except here's the crazy thing about America is that organization, not an American company, can provide a service in America and also claim the right to free speech.
Right. How about that? Hey, lastly here, Oklahoma House and Senate passed respective education plans. The Oklahoma House and Senate have both passed education plans covering everything from school choice to teacher salaries. But despite having the same goals, the way to go about them are completely different. Senate approved remaining education bills known as the Pew Plan. The Pew Plan, yeah, right, is a series of bills. Not funny when it's talking about schools, Corbin.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
The Pew Pew Plan is a series of bills dealing primary and public schools that establish a $40,000 minimum teacher salary and then funds programs to improve student outcomes and recruit more teachers. I didn't know. I knew that teachers didn't make that much, but I didn't know like it was that low.
Yeah, it's really low, man.
Wow.
To curtail off the conversation yesterday, that's the whole like, hey, teachers can assault disabled children.
Right.
And the people that you're picking to be teachers barely need a degree or any side of formal education. And they're the ones standing there deciding whether they're going to assault somebody.
Right.
It's crazy.
It is messed up. Maybe we'll get it together one of these days.
I'm sure there's time. Just like we don't have to save all the babies. We'll start saving them in 2024.
Yeah.
A marquee free agent is heading to the Cincinnati Bengals. NFL Network reports Orlando Brown Jr. has agreed to a 4-year, $64 million deal to join the AFC North Division winners. The offensive tackle will earn a $31 million signing bonus, which is the largest ever for an offensive lineman. The 4-time Pro Bowler won a Super Bowl last season with the Chiefs and was originally selected by the Ravens in the 3rd round of the 2018 draft. He started every single game over the past 4 seasons.
He's an OU boy.
Seasons with the franchise. ESPN's reporting that the 27-year-old will be designated as a post-June 1st cut, which will save the team nearly $11 million in the 2023 salary cap. Elliott is coming off a career low 876 rushing yards this past season, but he still found the end zone a dozen times. The Buccaneers could be finding their replacement for Tom Brady. ESPN reports Tampa Bay is signing quarterback Baker Mayfield to a 1-year deal worth up to $8.5 million. Mayfield will likely compete with 2021 second-round draft pick Kyle Trask for the starting QB job. The former number 1 overall pick played 7 games with the Panthers before being released and signing with the Rams last season.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
At least he's keeping a job. He was one of those ones that were really expecting something out of him and just kind of fell flat, right?
Well, yes, but he is one of those guys. How many different head coaches and offensive coordinators has he had?
Mhm.
So has he had a chance to really even learn the offense?
True.
And been given a chance?
But if you're burning through coaches and coordinators, I mean, doesn't that mean there's something wrong on your end? Or
Not necessarily. I mean, if you he was at Cleveland, they were pretty, trigger happy with changing OCs and head coaches.
Okay.
And then he moves to North Carolina, to Carolina, and then barely gets anything happening. Couldn't make the cut, whatever.
Okay.
And then he gets picked up to be in LA and has some pretty impressive games.
Right.
And then now he's doing this.
Well, maybe
you can be a great quarterback, but if you find no stability, how do you get to prove yourself?
Frustrating.
Right. Yeah. But now he's got to live in the shadow of Tom.
He's still trying to prove himself. He's still trying to prove that he's a legitimate NFL quarterback.
Good God. How many years has he been in?
Exactly.
The NCAA tournament field is officially set after the remaining first 4 matchups went final in Dayton. Fairleigh Dickinson blew out Texas Southern 84-61 to claim the 16th seed in
What's that
the
team
East
name?
region. Fairleigh Dickinson.
Fairly. Not completely, just fairly.
The Knights.
What's that team name?
Fairleigh Dickinson. Is that wrong?
I would think so, but I'm not in Alabama, so.
The Knights will play number 1 Purdue in the first round of the tournament. A clash of 11 seeds wrapped up the Knights in Ohio. Arizona State cruised past Nevada 98-73 and will play 6th seeded TCU in the West region. 16 games will tip off in the first round of the tournament starting today. Number 1 seeds Kansas, Alabama, and Houston are all in action as the Crimson Tide take on Texas A&M Corpus Christi, while the Jayhawks square off against Howard. Cougars battle Northern Kentucky in one of the night games. That is your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Great taste, 96.0, man. That stuff is too messy. It doesn't eat well. You have to have a fork to eat a sandwich. I think that's retarded.
Oh, I like it. Gnocchi.
What? Huh? Oh, okay. I've had that come in like a Hello Fresh or something like that once. And I was like, what is this? What is this garbage?
Oh, you didn't enjoy it?
Lindsay.
5.
0.
Oh, my gosh.
I know it sounds crazy, but when it comes to the Big Ten of restaurants and foods and stuff, Italian's at the bottom of that list for me, man.
Somebody texted in and said, you think Zio's is delicious? You got to try Luigi's and Skytook. So authentic. I think it's run by the actual Italian mob. I've had Luigi's and Skytook. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's not like I go to Zio's and I order one of everything.
Right.
I worked there after college, and their 5-cheese pasta, adding chicken to it, was so good.
Yeah.
Their spinach artichoke dip, which isn't Italian, whatever, but it was so good.
Mm-hmm. I just like the brown paper on the tables that give you crayons.
The cannoli, yeah, I know how to write my name upside down. Cannoli, with the Alfredo and the chicken stuff, so good there.
I'll give you that. I'll give you the Italian dish, the cannoli. That's delicious just because it's cheese and powdered sugar.
No. That's the dessert.
I know.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
That's the only Italian food that I really, 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 really like is a good old cannoli.
We haven't gotten to the real one. Pizza.
I've said it before, and you all thought I was crazy.
1 to 10.
1 to 10, a pizza. That's going to be a 3 for me. So low on the scale, man.
Lindsay.
10.
Yeah.
Always.
Pretty much all those except peppers and onions that we've mentioned are about anywhere between an 8 and a 10 for me.
Really?
See, I love peppers and onions. I don't love the heartburn, but man, it's almost worth the heartburn for me.
A good bolognese pasta.
Well, Italian
Mm.
food. They are the Beatles for me.
A nice
Of the
short
food.
short rib braised ragu.
Ragu, the sauce in a jar.
So it's just no. So good. I'm telling you, man, Italian food.
I like Young Sheldon way more than The Big Bang Theory.
If you ever say that again, I'm going to call the HR department.
Why?
That
Big
is
Bang
the
Theory
most
is a
offensive
giant turd.
That's the most offensive thing I think I've ever heard you
Young
say.
Sheldon it's not the greatest, but it's better than Big Bang Theory.
I am so disappointed in you right now. You've done some things that are pretty crazy, and this might be the most disappointing thing I've ever heard you say.
He was the executive producer of Cowboys and Aliens.
I feel like you and I run in succession on a lot of things, but this Young Sheldon thing has got me twisted.
Have you ever watched an episode?
I've watched enough to go, no.
If I gun to my head, you got to choose one, Young Sheldon or Big Bang Theory. I'm going to choose Young Sheldon, man.
No, I'm still a no. I'll pick Big Bang.
Just shoot. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the girl. She's so hot.
Yeah, but
Kaylee Cuoco.
But everything else about that show negates her hotness.
I can turn it down.
It doesn't matter. You still got all those other
Doesn't
dorks.
matter.
David from Roseanne and, the old Sheldon. And I'm just like, yeah.
Her and David are the best characters on that show.
I'll give you that. But for the most part, the show is.
By the way, there's some people right now just so twisted up. I didn't pick the Bazing guy or whatever.
Whatever
I
his
don't
name
even know his name.
I never watched either one of those.
I find that shocking.
Yeah. I pick Roseanne over either one of those.
I figured
Well,
you would be in that market there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think you're off a couple decades with Roseanne.
No, or the Connors. I'll watch the Connors over.
Again,
either
I think the
one.
Connors came way late, like almost at the very end
Oh,
Yeah.
The Big Bang?
of Big Bang. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one that she was on with John Ritter. Yeah.
Parents?
No.
Rules dating my teenage
Yes,
daughter, something
yes.
like that. 16
Nice.
rules to dating my teenage daughter
Yes.
or something. Yeah.
Yes.
Had Peggy Bundy in it as well.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know that show either.
Yeah, that one was good. Because she played the blonde daughter that you like from
Yeah.
Big Bang. She played his daughter on that.
8 Simple Rules was
Yes,
the name
that
of
was
it.
it.
And, I had to check it. That was a good
16.
series. That was a good
36
series.
rules.
It was.
How many rules you need to date your teenage daughter
Yeah.
is, arbitrary. This
Infinite.
guy needed 8. I need like 32.
8. What were the rules of the show for dating the
I
daughter?
don't think they ever said.
I don't either.
Oh, come
I
on.
don't think they ever said.
Come on.
No, I don't think they ever did.
There had to have been. There had to have been rules, right?
Surely. All right. Here we go. All right.
That you found it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it had to have been
There
widely
actually
known.
were.
There's a wiki here, so give me just a minute
Okay.
because it says something like bring her home before midnight or something like that.
To me, if you name a show that, it's gotta. There better be at some point you play that out,
Mm.
right?
Right.
Smallville, the TV show Smallville took place
All right.
in Smallville, right?
Sure.
Roseanne, it was about Roseanne,
Mm.
right? They had to rename it the Connors because Roseanne wasn't on it anymore.
right.
Like, you can get in here, you racist bitch. All right, so here's the rules. 8 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter.
From the show.
From the show.
Okay.
Use your hands on my daughter and you'll lose them after. That's rule number 1.
John Ritter is hardly that guy.
Right?
Really?
He might be the nicest character ever on any show, ever.
But that's what they want us to believe.
I think only
What?
one time he played a character that was really bad, evil.
Okay.
He mostly was the good golly G guy.
Wow, even on Problem Child, he was
Yeah.
a good.
Yeah.
Was.
He was like, he could have been on SNL. Like he was a, what do they call it when a comedian, they like hurt themselves and stuff like that. He's that type of comedian.
Okay. Like Chris Farley was,
Chris
where
Farley,
he'd fall over on tables and it wouldn't bother him any at all.
Yeah.
But that's what they want you to believe. Maybe deep down inside, he's really just a mean
Sure.
asshole.
Who he is off screen is, but we're talking about the character.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The character is like, oh, we're such a nice guy or whatever, 99% of the time, but you get that 1% that's never shown.
But it's kind of like when Kevin Hart threatens you, you go, come on, man.
Yeah.
You don't know he's this badass muscle guy.
Right.
Right?
All right. So number 2, you make her cry, I make you cry.
Again, not on brand with John Ritter.
Number 3, safe sex is a myth. Anything you try will be hazardous to your health.
That's just bad parenting. That's just, I mean, they're going to have sex, right? So now you're turning them away from practicing safe sex.
Right now, they're going to do it just to spite you,
Yeah,
Dad.
well, it's not safe.
He's going to raw dog it just to spite your dad.
God, that word is so awesome. I hate it and love it at the same time.
All right, so number 4, you're looking at bring her home late. There's no next date. Notice how everything rhymes with these rules.
That's on John Ritter brand.
Yeah. Number 5, if you pull into my driveway and honk, you better be dropping off a package because you're sure not picking up anything else.
Who delivers stuff to your house? Who delivers stuff in honks?
I don't know.
No one.
Usually they
UPS?
knock on the
No,
door,
no one.
ring a doorbell.
For us,
something like
DoorDash?
Right.
Domino's in the time like that? No, that's not a
Sure.
thing.
that. It says alternative rule number 5, only delivery men honk, dates ring the doorbell once. That was his alternative to the number 5.
Okay.
The honking away.
Oh, okay.
All right, so number 6, no complaining while you're waiting for her. If you're bored, change my oil. Change, not check.
Mm.
I don't know. If you know who John Ritter was, he might mean
You know, he
something
did play a
completely
little
different.
fruity fruit on Three's Company.
Word?
At least to Mr. Furley, Mr. Roper, he
They
was supposed to be.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Number 7, if your pants hang off your hips, I'll gladly secure them with my staple gun.
Mm.
What
Yes.
a dick.
Assault.
Right.
Yeah.
Ka-doom, ka-doom.
Again, not on brand for
Nope,
John Ritter.
not at all.
And lastly, here, number 8 for 8 simple rules of dating my teenage daughter. Dates must be in crowded public places. You want romance? Read a book.
I like it.
Again, that might be the most on brand of all of them
Yeah.
for John Ritter.
Yeah.
I had to look up whether or not John Ritter ever played a bad guy. And the only one I found was his role in the film Bad Santa. Bob Chip.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. Good morning to you. I'm Corbin. To my right is Lindsay. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. If you haven't already made your St. Patrick's Day plans, you're in luck. Today is your last chance to sign up to win a seat on the party bus with Gimpy for the annual St. Patty's Day celebration downtown tomorrow from Guinness Stout and 97.5 KMOD.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning, Corbin. We got a fresh talk back here. So actually, it's kind of fresh. I came in at 6 o'clock this morning. The talk back is a feature on the iHeartRadio app. And when you're listening to us at work or wherever, you just hit the microphone and you can send us any kind of message that you want. This one came in early this morning, and it could be as simple as this.
Good morning, you beautiful bastards.
Was that his phone going back in his pocket? I hope so.
I think so.
I love the idea. If you have the talk back, I'm just spitballing here. You use the phone to do something and we have to figure it out.
Ooh.
So like
Brilliant.
rub it on your genitals and let's see if we can figure it out. Rub it on the carpet,
Right.
Mhm.
whatever version. And we have to figure it out.
I like
Maybe
it.
rub fruit. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe
This may be a giant fail.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, maybe you're repairing your washer and dryer. You just set it down, whatever. We got to figure out what you do. I like it. I think you may be honest.
Drop something, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Get a sound effect with your talk back,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have to figure out what it is. Here's the best part. Well, I don't want to share that part yet. I can't
It's
share
the
that
best part, but I'm not going to give
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Such a tease.
If we do this, you'll know what the problem is. That's going to be beautiful. Okay. Conspiracy Theory Thursday. I mentioned this the other day, and Frank Abagnale Jr. may sound familiar to you. He is the person that Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Catch Me If You Can is based off of.
Mm-hmm.
He is an individual who created some forgery with checks before we had the Micker system and some other things to safeguard against fraud. And then he got caught by the FBI, worked for the FBI, apparently moved to Tulsa, and so on and so on, right? In the movie, it depicts him doing multiple things, like being an airline pilot, being a doctor.
Do you concur?
Being a lawyer, right? Multiple things. And I have tried, when he lived here, I tried multiple times to get an interview with him. And his people that I contacted through were so rude. It was crazy.
Really? Almost like they don't want to do interviews.
Yeah. When I would think that if you're someone, like, usually people in Tulsa are like, yeah, Tulsa.
Yeah.
It's my town or my peeps or the pride of being associated with it. And I'm not saying he is rude. I have no idea. The person I interacted that represented him was diddly rude.
Really?
Yes. So, therefore, he gets associated with that. Nonetheless, some information is coming out that maybe all that is a farce. There's a book that has been put out that it's called about serial liars, and the book is called Duped. And it states that they did research and found that not all those things that Frank Abagnale Jr. says he did, that he embellished.
A con man, a liar, lying about what he's done.
Exactly. But he was very young when that happened. We'll get into that. He says, the crime I committed was writing bad checks. I was 16 years old at the time. I served 5 years total in prisons in Europe and the U.S. In 1974, after serving 4 years in federal prison, the government took me out of prison to work for the FBI, and I've done so for more than 43 years. He says he has repaid all of his debts to society.
Okay.
This says that he never seemed embarrassed by his past, not on To Tell the Truth, nor The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, nor in high-paying speaking gigs around the country. According to both Abagnale himself and his autobiography in the mid-60s and early 70s, when he was between 16 and 21, he had impersonated a Pan Am pilot flying some 3 million miles to 82 countries for free. He claimed to have posed as a doctor in Georgia, a sociology professor at Utah's Brigham Young University, and a lawyer in the Attorney General's office in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And during that period, he allegedly cashed 17,000 bogus checks, totaling $2.5 million.
Ooh, doggy.
That's apparently the legend that he has told, and it's made it into a movie and speeches and all these things, right? So this person asked Abagnale, who founded the organization Abagnale and Associates, this question in my reply email, but he never responded. And I put it out of my head until June of 2020, when another email popped up in my inbox, this time from a man named Jim Keith. In 1981, Keith, the manager of a security at a JCPenney in St. Louis, heard Abagnale speak at an area high school about turning his life around. Keith and a local detective were in the audience. Much of the speech was filled with technical information regarding bad checks, and it was, to this individual, incorrect. We walked away with a sick feeling that we were those students who were sold a bill of worthless goods. Infuriated, he began researching the background of Frank Abagnale. Keith was, his daughter, Heather Crosby, told the Post, like a dog with a bone, he was determined to show that this guy was a fraud. Accusations that Abagnale had fabricated his life story had been swirling around for years, beginning with the Chronicle and the Daily Oklahoman. But with no household internet, stories reached critical mass, and his fanatical feats remained unchallenged. He eventually teamed up with a professor who was a former Border Patrol officer and a professor of criminal justice. And he had witnessed Abagnale talk and didn't buy any of it. So they made it part of a classroom project to investigate. They had 87 pages from newspapers, court documents, letters, airlines, university officials, government sources, and others, along with correspondence from this guy who was the professor who died. And some of what he said, Abagnale said, was true.
Mhm.
He did forge checks. He did masquerade as a pilot. He did sit in a few jump seats, escape a jailhouse, and go to prison in Europe. But the rest is incredibly inaccurate, misleading, exaggerated, or totally false, end quote. As Abagnale's former speaking agent, Mark Zinder, told a newspaper, he was a 2-bit criminal, and I'm embarrassed that I was ever associated with him.
Wow.
So I wonder, the fish stories essentially is what this is. I caught a fish this big.
Yes.
I forged some checks. I impersonated a pilot, blah, blah, blah. So he embellishes, which as storytellers do, right? Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. With that being said, where do you think that some of this was just Phil, like a lot of the stuff that he embellished, whatever Phil to fill space in his book or to fill time in a movie? That's what I'm getting at.
I mean, if you're asking me why people lie and embellish, I don't know the answer to that.
Right. I'm just more talking about this guy. I mean, because it's saying here that, yeah, he did do some of those things, but, a lot of it was embellished. Well, was a lot of it embellished just to fill pages in a book, to sell a book? Was it, embellished to fill time in a movie to sell them? You see what I'm saying? That's on this guy's case.
Yeah. I think that if you embellish as a storyteller, or you embellish at like on a radio show, or you embellish as someone who writes books, I think that that's okay. But when you start parading it around as your life,
okay,
that's where the line is crossed.
Gotcha.
When I say embellish in a story, like if you are telling a story, okay, so like embellish is a little different than straight out lying.
Right.
There's
a little bit of truth there, but you're stretching it out and blowing it up to make it bigger than what it really is.
Yes.
Embellishment, yeah.
To me, embellish is the truth, but not.
Right.
And straight up lying is it never happened. And to me, the latter is a con artist.
Absolutely. 100%.
So being like, I hiked the Appalachian Trail, but only did a quarter of a mile is embellishing.
Yeah.
It's the truth. I'm not lying. I
Right.
did hike the Appalachian Trail. I just left off some of the information.
Right.
I've had sex with 20 women isn't lying, right? I've had sex with women. I just don't know the actual number.
Yeah.
I lost track. So
Right?
many. Yeah, I get what
So
you're saying.
to me, embellishment is honest and in some regards authentic, but lying that he was a lawyer and a professor, that never happened. He never posed as a lawyer in Baton Rouge Attorney General's office. He was never a consultant to the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee. The chief counsel, Vinton D. Ladis, said that an initial check of employment records for the last 10 years does not indicate that a one Frank Abagnale Jr. has ever been employed as a consultant or in any other capacity by the committee. Nor did he steal money from a deposit drop at Boston's Logan Airport while dressed as a security guard, as he had claimed in his memoir and in his talks.
Here's a fun text for you. It says, or everyone they talked to was embarrassed and walked it back to save face 40 years later. So maybe he did do all these things, but the people that are associated with him were like, blah, 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 I don't want to be associated with this guy anymore.
Sure.
He never did it, blah, blah, blah.
Sure, I'll buy that, but not everybody.
Okay.
Right? Some people, I believe, they'd want to save face. But here's the thing. People's opinions can lie, but the facts don't. And the facts are there's no record.
Right.
They say his Pan Am stuff is dramatically exaggerated. I'm sorry to not have the time or the inclination to rebut the same dribble this individual has been peddling for years. That is the Pan Am Director of Security. That was in 1982. They wrote that. It is also impossible for Abagnale to have completed his criminal enterprises between the ages of 16 and 21, as he spent most of that time behind bars. And a 16-year-old looks 16.
Yeah, you can't
Just
get around it.
straight up.
Yeah.
And in the pilot world, you got to look like, you don't have to look like a pilot, but you look weathered.
Right.
You just do. If you decide to be a pilot, you have to work through the ranks. Right? They don't just let you pilot. You have to co-pilot for a long time. So it isn't that he would have looked so young.
Yeah, but don't you think it's, some people have that natural baby face, right?
Yes.
Surely.
This says he could have never cashed 17,000 fraudulent checks worth $2.5 million.
Why not?
This guy wrote a book called The Greatest Hoax on Earth, and he says the time he wasn't in some prison or jail amounts to about 14 months. Cashing 17,000 checks in that period is 40 checks a day.
I'm surprised at how many magazines and different publications have published articles written by this guy. Like Women in Wealth and CNBC, they've all published.
He's considered a consultant in the security frauds world.
Yeah.
So he's not, people don't look that far. They're like, oh, okay, that's a great story, man.
Yeah.
Leo told money.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is so good in that.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't care.
Cash a few checks and you get to become a fraud expert.
Well, no, you get caught by the FBI, right? Because there was a division, they had no idea what it was about, like what was happening. This says that in 1970, the 21-year-old was picked up in Cobb County, Georgia, after cashing 10 fake checks worth a grand total of $1,448.60. He was sent to federal prison in Virginia in April of 71 and sentenced to 12 years. Abagnale has claimed that the government sprung him from Petersburg to work for the FBI, but there is no evidence to support this claim, and the FBI would not comment. While an FBI agent was looking for him, there's also no proof that the Bureau set up a task force dedicated to his capture. In fact, Abagnale was arrested again in 74 for stealing art and photography equipment from a Texas summer camp where he was working. He was 26. In 1982, the findings were presented on Abagnale at the International Platform Association, a speakers convention in Washington, D.C. Others on the schedule included Carl Sagan, David Brinkley, F. Lee Bailey, and Frank Abagnale Jr. But after getting wind of the talk, How to Catch a Con Man, Frank Abagnale never showed up.
No.
According to records obtained, Abagnale threatened to sue him for libel and slander. And then this guy filed suit against him for damages. They settled out of court in 1985. The justification in his memoir, Abagnale's memoir, and in his speeches that he only robbed large corporations, that was news to Paula Parks Campbell, a former flight attendant who met him. I'm not sure if that's the one he banged, wearing his TWA pilot uniform on a plane from New York to Miami in 69. TWA was a giant, she says, who lives outside Baton Rouge. Abagnale sent 24 red roses and a 5-pound box of chocolate to her hotel when she landed in New Orleans. On the following day, he was there at the airport. He was very charming. He smelled bad. It wasn't body odor. It was fear. When he surprised her at 4 other airports, she began to get uneasy, but decided to have him meet her parents in Baton Rouge. My parents and my brother fell in love with him. After dinner, my mother invited him to return, and she'd teach him to fish. But on the ride back to New Orleans, she told him she didn't want to see him anymore. A few days later, Abagnale popped up at her parents' door unannounced, telling them he was on furlough from TWA. They invited him to stay over. It was for 6 weeks. Her parents, a nurse and teacher, treated him like one of their children. He thanked them by rifling through their parents' checkbooks and getting into their savings account of her brother and a family friend, stealing $1,200 from them. He said he never hurt little people, just went after big businesses. That's one of the sticks in my craw.
Congratulations, you're a dick.
My mama was heartbroken. The There are no words to express how ashamed and sorry I am, he wrote. You people have showed me more love in 6 weeks than I've had my entire life. Even though I will go to prison, every cent I owe you will be repaid. They've never been repaid.
Of course not.
I missed that. That must be going to be in the sequel for Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Another guy who sued Abagnale for breach of contract and lost commission for speeches Abagnale never gave said he is still owed $15,000. And another person who said she invested $20,000 with Abagnale in what turned out to be a real estate scam. He moved to Tulsa in 1985 with his wife, Kelly. In 1991, the couple had 3 sons, filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, claimant of debts and assets, and around $1.6 million. They now live in South Carolina.
So can he get in any kind of like legal trouble for duping all these people and all these government agencies and stuff?
I mean, if he broke laws, but you would need like evidence to pursue breaking a law. It's right. I love this line. It isn't about breaking the law. It's can they prove you broke the law?
Right. And honestly, I mean, did he break any laws? I mean, he just swindled some people.
Sure, stealing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, he stole money from people's house.
Okay, well,
Went through their
They have
checkbooks.
I'll give you that.
They have to prove it.
I'll give you that, yeah.
Yeah, but they'd have to prove it was him. You don't just get to go, it's him.
Right.
There has to be proof. Right?
Okay, so yeah, this guy can get away scot-free.
And he has a pattern of lying.
Yeah.
And not being honest.
Huh.
So Frank Abagnale Jr. or Catch Me If You Can is a complete fart. It is no more honest than the movie Titanic.
It's got some truth to it, but you know.
Right? Titanic is not a truthful movie. There was a ship called the Titanic. It did hit an iceberg and a lot of people died.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's where the truth ends.
And that kind of brings me back to like, because a lot of that's, embellished and brought in to fill time in a movie. I just wonder how much of this of Frank Abagnale Jr.'s story is just filler, essentially.
Yeah, but when you give it legitimate, you make it legitimate. I mean, there are people that think Jack was on the Titanic.
Right.
There are people that believe that. And maybe there was someone named Jack.
Oh, I'm sure there was.
A few, probably.
But there are a lot of misdirections in that movie. And for a movie, we skip over the part or we fast forward the part where that says taken from actual events.
Right. Oh, previews, man. Let's get to the good stuff.
Right. Let's get to there's the Disney logo again.
Right.
Imagine Pictures, sure. Buena Vista Productions got it.
The greatest feature right now is the skip intro button.
Dude,
I love that.
So awesome.
Because Game of Thrones, thank you, has ruined me on all these goddamn shows introductions. Longest intro, 2 minutes long. Your show does not need a 2-minute long intro.
Right now, if we were still playing the intro game, right? I wouldn't be able to do Last of Us.
Right? I have skip it every time.
I couldn't tell you what the opener. I know there's a fungus. That's about it. I don't know the song.
I don't know the song.
That's it. But everybody seems to want to have a long ass intro for their shows. Skip.
Texting in, $1,500 buys a printer that can print 1,000 plastic IDs. The state holograms are cheap and easily produced.
Oh, wow.
To Gimpy's point, he probably started writing this as a biography, but realized it's possible to make money on this, and he realized the story is boring AF. So creative writing. Yes, but when you present it as fact is the problem.
Right.
I've never seen the movie you speak of. Sounds very intriguing, though. I shall view it on my television through a streaming aerobics tonight. It's a fantastic movie. I think people see that, and it gives them hope.
That they can get away with things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did it say what he did for a living when he lived in Tulsa?
He had that company.
Okay.
This is fun project for Corbin or Gimpy. Freedom of Information Act request to the FBI. If anyone knows the truth, it's them. To be honest with you, I can't believe anything the FBI is telling me anyway.
Well, and you ever heard the word redacted?
Exactly.
Just they can provide the documents, but they can redact information.
Everything's blacked out.
Mhm.
All you get is a name. Get out of here.
I made a birth certificate and an ID sitting at my desk and flew to Cancun and back with said fake ID and birth certificate. Paper Tripping was a great book to learn how to create credentials from. Sure. Forging a government document in a minute on the radio is kind of weird.
Right.
My brother had a friend who did fake IDs.
Really?
And I watched him do it. It was awesome.
The old school, they peel it apart and take a picture of you, slide it in there.
Or use a mechanical pencil to change the letter, or use some crayon or chalk on a rubber band to get the color change. Sure. There's always been forgery. There's a reason why we have a national monetary system, right? To combat that, because every colony had their own money.
Right.
And they're like, this ain't going to work.
I can't use West Virginia money in Oklahoma.
Yeah, right. Well, how do I know it's real?
Yeah.
Right. So, there's always going to be that. But to brag about doing it is a weird flex.
Yeah.
And now it's harder than ever. I got my new passport, and there's a plastic page in it.
Really?
Yeah, it's really crazy. And it's got and I don't got the time to investigate how to do that. I barely can put my AC unit back together. Why would I get involved in that? I ain't going to jail for my AC unit.
Right.
No.
If I get it wrong, I just got to call Doc and Jay's.
Right.
All right, we got to take a break and we'll be back.
The Big Mad Morning Show.
Talks on, as a matter of fact.
Right, those were clean.
Oh.
That's my favorite pair.
Wet sock, man.
Yeah. I think I'm with Lindsay. I got to do shoe, man. At least I can take that off and just spray it off.
You think that's the worst out of all of them? Because that's how I understood the question, which is worse out of those three options.
No, which one would you rather?
Oh, which would I rather have? Oh, that's easy. Yeah. Shoes.
So worst is for you is the sock. Lindsay's worst one?
Oh, no. I think the poop on the shoe is the worst one.
You think it's the worst one?
Yeah.
That's like the second easiest one to deal with.
It's the easiest one.
Wow. Because it gets into the crevices of the bottom of the shoe, and sometimes
right, you got to get a pencil and scrub down.
Yes, you might have to take a toothpick or something to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it does have a little more work, but it ain't on me.
Right.
Yeah, but it ain't on me.
It ain't on you.
That's where my head's at. It ain't on me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the vomit might be the worst, because the smell of vomit is just
that is true.
Gross, especially if it's not a heel, it's more of a toe.
And if it's fresh, it's still the body temperature.
Oh,
good morning. I call this day spa or dispensary. Okay. So basically, I've got some businesses. These are legit businesses in Tulsa.
Oh, fun.
It's either a day spa or a dispensary.
Okay.
Now, based off the name, you're going to chime in with and that's how you're going to buzz in. Corbin or Lindsay.
Okay.
Got
you
it.
get one shot and one shot only, because this is a 50-50 chance. There's no point in, hey, would you like to guess, Lindsay? He said it's a dispensary. No, it's a day. So you only get one shot.
Okay.
Whoever wins at the end, I got a big prize for you. Okay.
Like a little nug, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Maybe.
God knows you have plenty.
Right. So, day spa or dispensary, are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, we're going to take it up from the top here. Euphora. Corbin, yes.
That's a spa.
Euphora is a dispensary. No points for anybody on that one. All right. Nirvana, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct.
Come on, Lindsay.
You got to get in the game, woman. Get in the game. All right. Omni Oasis, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Day spa.
Day spa is correct. So far, we're tied 1-1. La Fusion, day spa or dispensary? La Fusion.
Corbin,
yes.
that is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. La Fusion is a day spa. Poppies, day spa or dispensary? Corbin,
that is a day spa.
Yes, you are correct. Poppies is a day spa. 2-1 so far. Corbin's lead. OHG, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay. Dispensary.
That is correct.
What did you say?
OHG. That's all it is. These are all the ones I just found them on Google.
Sure.
I just simply Googled day spa and then Googled dispensaries and then found a bunch of them that
Sure.
are really close.
I just
and
couldn't
could
hear.
be
I didn't
confused.
hear you
Yeah.
because you were going so fast. I didn't hear you. I
OHD.
didn't know it was
I wonder
letters.
what that stands for.
I have no idea. Nonetheless, moving forward, 918 Elevate, Day Spa or Dispensary. 918 Elevate.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Corbin's in the lead, 3-2. One Love Wellness, Day Spa.
Corbin.
You got to pick it up, Lindsay. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, One Love Wellness is indeed a
Wow.
dispensary. Yes. Corbin killing it right now. Lotus Blossom,
Corbin.
Day Spa or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Ah, you are wrong, my friend.
You
Lotus-
might need to.
Lotus
Okay.
Blossom is a day spa. Go ahead, Google
I
it.
know there's a dispensary called Lotus.
There's one called Lotus Gold, not Lotus Blossom. See, and that's the fun part about this game because they can be
No, semantic,
they're
sure.
so close. All right, Indigo, day spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
That is a dispensary.
Indigo. Lindsay is a day
Yeah.
spa. So far, it's 4-2. Corbin's lead. Hand and Stone, day spa
Lindsay.
or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
All right, Lindsay, you are correct on a comeback.
I've been there.
It's a 50-50 guess.
Right, of course. All right, Rosebuds, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I'm going to go dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct. Rosebuds is a dispensary, tied up 4-4. Jade Wellness Center, day spa
Corbin.
or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a wellness, or that is a day spa.
Corbin. Jade Wellness Center is a dispensary. Still tied 4-4. Deluxe, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin, you are incorrect. Deluxe is a dispensary. Nature's Kiss.
I think that's both, actually.
Who knows? This is just the information that
who
was
cares if
given.
it's accurate?
Yeah. All right, Nature's Kiss, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct, my friend. Corbin just made 5-4. Aqua Viva Oasis, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay is correct. All right, so we're tied up 5-5. Fig Medical, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. Fig Medical is a day spa.
I was thinking because like sweet,
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah.
like sometimes you know it smells like
You're
a fig.
thinking medical marijuana.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Remember, this is for a big prize at the end of the
Sure.
at the end of the game here.
Sure.
You are going to love the prize that I have
Leftovers.
chosen. for you.
Leftovers.
Right, it's a
Okay.
roach.
Right, right. right.
Bong
And
water.
not the one you smoke.
It's the crumbs.
Laura Apothecary, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay is incorrect. The
Yeah, it's a
Laura
spa.
Apothecary is a day spa. Lucky Garden, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That's a dispensary.
Lucky Garden, Corbin is a day spa. So far, we got 6 to Corbin and 5 to Lindsay. The Health Center, day spa or
Oh,
dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct. You sound like you've been there before.
To me, the name was just so obvious. There's no
Right.
way you're going to call an actual spa that.
Right, the Health Center. Supreme Heights, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct. All right, so we're looking at 8-5, Lindsay.
Okay.
All right, we're down in the home stretch of this thing. All right. The Enchanted Cottage, day
Corbin.
spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin is incorrect. That is a day spa.
Why are people calling here asking for that weed?
Got any specials on an ounce, man?
It's called Enchanted.
Wildflower, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
That is incorrect, Corbin. Wildflower is a day spa. All right, Clover Patch Tulsa, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct.
What's the score?
6-8, Corbin's
Okay.
lead. All right, the Merry Mind, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay. The Merry Mind is a dispensary. All right, the Relax Station, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
That is correct. Corbin is up 9-6. Path to Wellness, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay, Path to Wellness is a
Oh,
day
I'm
spa.
sorry. I thought you said packed.
Oh, yeah. Was that the
wellness.
problem?
Yeah, I thought it said packed.
Sure, yes. Let me enunciate a little bit more, shall we? All right, let's see here.
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show. Coming up, we got our top list. Today, its top list is save for later items in your Amazon cart. Who judging? There's going to be some judging that happens. This is something for Conspiracy Theory Thursday. Lindsay posted this. I don't know if you guys saw, I don't know if Gimpy saw it, as Lindsay definitely saw it because she put it together. Log in, Gimpy, so I can share. And this is a trucker going down the road in Arizona. He was out at about 2 a.m. doing his run. And on the side of the road, you see what appears to be a human. And I guess it looks like that. It's moving so fast, it's hard to tell what it is. There's definitely something there, right, Lindsay?
Yes, absolutely. It looks more of like a half figure.
Like a half man?
Yeah, to me, it's more of a half figure. Maybe the top half or the bottom half, but or a tiny person, but definitely something, especially when the video is slowed down.
I usually can see these and decipher, like, to me, people will talk about orbs, and orbs are just dust particles in the air that your camera's catching.
Right.
That's the way that I decipher it. I'm not saying I'm right. There's no way. I'm not doing the research to an air study to prove that. But I can't figure out what this would be on the side of the road. It's not like a reflection of, the reflectors that are on the side of the road.
Right.
It is not, because it's not on the side of the road. It's in
a lane.
In a lane, the on-ramp.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't figure out what it is.
Yeah, and it's too it's too ghostly to be like an actual human being, living person.
Well, I don't know what that means, because you can't decipher what it is.
Almost see through it.
Yeah, but you can't decipher what it is.
Yeah, it's too blurry. You can't see nothing. You can't make it out. It has no shape.
There's no way to know if it's a human being or a ghost. He's moving too fast. Going 75 miles, 80 miles an hour down the road. It's hard to decipher something. And for it to then be maybe see-through,
right,
would make it even more challenging. What do you think it is, Gimpy?
Yeah, if somebody dumped trash on the side of the road and somebody's trash bag fell out.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of, because it doesn't take any real shape. It's just a quick blob. And I try to pause it, to see. And I can't make anything out of it. I don't think it's human, and I don't think it's ghost. I think it's garbage.
It's probably an animal.
That's fair.
Standing on the side of the road.
On its hind legs.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Animals do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bigfoot?
No, too small. Chupacabra?
Maybe. What about a baby Bigfoot?
Sure. Looking for his dada.
Right. Nobody else can find him. A cat went out for a pack of smokes and never came back.
It's going to be the new nickname for, dads that leave. Bigfoot.
Right.
I don't know where he is. It's elusive.
Son of a bitch, Bigfooted me.
But this video is awesome. There's the famous one of somebody driving through a Civil War graveyard.
Yeah.
And that one is clearly a reflection in the windshield, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And I'd probably guess the same sort of thing on this here. It's a reflection of something on the side of the road from the lights being back up, and the camera just can't make it out.
Right. And there's some things that have to be taken into account, like this camera.
Right.
It looks like it's mounted behind a little bit, not right on the glass.
Mm-hmm.
And so is there space that can cause a reflection that the lens would pick up?
Right. there could be bird crap on the windshield, and it's just light reflecting off or refracting off of that, or whatever word you're supposed to use right there.
It is one of the more compelling videos we've seen. Absolutely,
Yeah.
that I wanted to. That's why I wanted to share it with you. You can see it. It's posted on our Facebook page now, facebook.com/BMMS69.
Tulsa's morning show. The big
You got to fix your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not just this, any scenario. If you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a candlelight dinner?
That's
not
good
enough.
and gravy and all, but the distractions there, man, you're not going to be able to enjoy your candlelight dinner. You're not going to be able to do much of anything fun, a vacation or anything like that, because, there's a giant elephant in the room.
Again, we're just trying to convince for a second chance. What about a spa day?
Sure. I'll go ahead and let you spend your money on me so I can go and feel better.
Yeah, is he
about
going to send
myself.
her on a spa day? I know. I think he needs to go to her and definitely, like, he needs to know from her what she expects from him.
I don't think.
What he wants her to do.
Come on,
What-
Lindsay.
yeah,
Come
no.
on. Come on, Lindsay.
Taking
Come on,
her-
Lindsay.
What?
What he expects of her.
What
Don't have
she
sex with
wants him
other
to do.
people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the expectation is.
Absolutely. But he's done it. He's done the damage.
Yeah, so we're
He's
talking about a
done the
second
damage.
chance.
Exactly.
So what do we're just talking about crazy ideas.
Yep.
Commit to
Yeah.
an idea, Lindsay.
Yeah. So going on vacation, sure, it's nice, but now he gets to go on a vacation too. Like, it's almost like, I don't know if I want to go on a vacation with you right now.
Hall pass. You want a crazy idea? Give her a hall pass.
There,
Give
yeah.
her an opportunity to even Stevens this thing.
Mhm. And she doesn't have to tell him about it. Ever.
Well, no, she knows about his, so I feel like it has
It's
to be
only
even.
fair, yeah.
If it's even, it's even.
No.
Why do you not get to tell anybody?
Maybe she doesn't even take him up on it. He'll never know.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Let him wonder. Did she or didn't she?
yeah. Usually works.
It usually does.
Yeah.
Withholding information.
Yeah. People have already texted him what my feelings are on this. To me, it's quite clear. But they are asking.
Yeah.
Right? They are going, what's some scenario? What's a scenario? What is a possibility? Brandon is on. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. What do you think?
From a person who's been cheated on multiple times, I say the damage has already been done. But if he wants to win her over, they've been married 10 years. Renew your vows. Make new vows. Tell her you're committed to her and only her. Just go and renew your vows. That might win her over. You never know.
Right, a mulligan.
Right.
Yeah, pull a mulligan.
Yeah.
Pull that mulligan card. Pull it all day long.
You said that you've been cheated on multiple times, Brandon. Would that have worked with you?
No, because I stayed with someone who cheated on me 9 times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you
But
blind? Are you blind?
Well, I lived 7.5 hours away from my family at the time, so I was kind of forced just to stick around because I was in a state I didn't know. I wasn't from that state, so I stuck around and rode out the roller coaster.
What was her excuse on the 7th time?
His excuse was I was away from the house for 2 weeks on walk, and he got lonely.
So this is your boyfriend?
Yeah, it was my ex.
Yeah.
But when he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I took the call around midnight when he was drunk, took the call, and I left and never looked back.
Had to rip that Band-Aid, huh?
I just left. I was done.
Wait, that was the 7th time.
Yeah. And then I
you
took the
came
call
back.
Took the call back because I was like, oh, maybe you changed. And the 9th time was finally the draw.
For him I'm just being really honest. Him cheating 9 times, do you blame him or yourself?
I blame myself for being blinded by love.
But it
Stupidity.
wasn't. No, it wasn't, though.
No. It was not my fault, but I mean, I kept going back,
No, it's
so
your fault. It wasn't love.
It was my own stupidity trying to think I can change someone.
Right. Hope. Well, it was
You can't
hope.
be
You were
changed.
hoping. You were hoping he'd
Well,
love
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Brandon, have a great day, man.
You too.
All right. See you later.
These texts are
Scott is on. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy. What do you think?
You know, let's be real. I love some of the comments, and you guys especially, but let's be real. You're not going to be able to give her a hall pass because we as men are never going to forget that. We're never going to stop dwelling on it. And, you know, and we're going to be the demise of that at that point. I think there's only one way to really do it. Either walk away because you can't tell me guilt took over after. You were enjoying it then. You went out for that purpose to go meet somebody. So either open this up to an open relationship, ask her, hey, do you want an open relationship, or walk away now, brother, because you lost it.
Let me ask you, Scott, what would be an argument they would have had that would have not justified him cheating, but going out and being completely reckless? Like what's something
she would have had to cheat. I mean, the only way I'm ever going to cheat is she walks to me and says she just cheated. I'm walking out. I'm going to get me some, and I'm done with this relationship.
But then, I mean, you're
I
not
mean, let's
really
be real
cheating
as
at
a
that
man.
point, are you, Scott? You're
Well,
Mhm.
you know, until that divorce, I get it. But there's no hall pass or dinner or vacation. I agree with her vacation. That means she's not going to forget that. I don't care if 5 years down the road, that's going to be in every argument you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well either walk away or open this thing up and let's become swingers.
Just walk up to her
let's
with a
be
pineapple
real.
in hand.
Right on, man.
Upside down it, baby.
All right, Scott, have a great day, friend.
You too, guys.
All right, see you later.
Got a great idea to fix the situation.
I hear that, like, well, if she cheats, I'm going out right and cheating, and cheating right away. It's gonna be like the movie Hall Pass. I'm going to Applebee's and having wings and going to bed at 9. Like,
yeah,
right, because that's our routine now.
No,
That's where we're at.
no, I'm don't have the game. Like, what are you talking about? It's not like I'm turning down women every time I go out the door.
You go to the bar, you wait till about, 1:45-ish.
Oh,
You find the biggest woman with the least amount of teeth in her face, and you say, you're coming with me.
I gotta be honest. If I'm cheating as revenge, it ain't just gonna be on crumbs. Listener email, I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years
Homeless
because
people eat out of garbage cans,
I
Corbin.
made a
You
stupid
beggars
mistake
can't be choosers.
and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, and slept with some woman. Almost immediately, the guilt took over me. She's told me it's over. But I have to try. What can I do to get her or to give our marriage a second chance? Lindsay.
Okay, so he already did the most awful thing he could have done, and that was cheat. But he was honest. So he's got that going for him at least. And if he wants to work things out, he's going to have to take the blame and take whatever is coming to him. If she is pissed, let her be pissed and just take it. Take the anger and just wait it out and see what she wants to do. The ball is absolutely 100% in her court. So whatever she wants, she gets at this point. If you want to stay in this marriage, if she wants to go through therapy, then you guys are going to go to counseling together. If she wants just you to go to counseling, then you're going to have to go to counseling because the ball is absolutely 100% in her court.
Gimpy.
Yeah, man, there's really nothing you can do, honestly. Just sit back and take your lumps as they are. All right. If she wants it to work, she'll figure it out. She's gonna be mad AF for a long time. And you're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to deal with being boring. There's not gonna be any time going out with the boys or going out and doing what else, And if you can't handle that, then you need to walk away. You need to realize, well, I effed this one up. I'm just going to go ahead and take my ball and I'm going to go home and then I'll come back and play the game another day. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's nothing really you can do. Just let time pass it on by. That's it.
I'm sorry. I have no gimmick for you that will work. You tell her you want it to work. You made a giant mistake and you're willing to work through it. She doesn't hear that. You got your answer. It's pretty black and white, man.
Yeah.
You have to eat your S sandwich. And when you go on and date in the future and be asked what happened with your marriage, you got to be honest. You essed the bed royally. And so either you tell her what you want and hope she appeases you, but what? Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. Phone number is 918-460-KMOD. You can also text if you'd like. That's BMMS, and then whatever you'd like to say to the phone number 82945. Let's see what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
Balls to the wall, man. Balls to the wall. Balls to the wall.
So apparently John Morant has left the counseling program already in Florida.
What?
Yeah, already done.
Huh.
Yeah, his suspension was for 8 total games without pay. That includes the 6 games he's already missed. So he's going to come back. He's eligible to come back March 20th against the Dallas Mavericks. So that was...
Well, I mean, he's definitely... Who knows what his... It doesn't sound like he was punished and had to go.
Right.
But so he's allowed to leave whenever.
Yeah.
But if you go, I have a problem, and go to enter a program, and then come back and leave early, and then another problem arises, you don't get to hide under the I have a problem thing.
Right.
Yes.
You had an opportunity to fix it, and you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was there for what, 2-3 days?
Mhm.
That we are aware
Yeah.
of. That we are aware of.
Yeah.
And maybe it wasn't that.
Yeah. Maybe like, he's fine. He's
Maybe they did intake and he did detox,
right.
which is usually 7 to 10 days.
Uh-huh.
Boy, he it clears out fast.
Sure.
Mhm.
And he was like, this ain't for me.
Could be. United States picked up a big win by defeating Colombia 3-2 in the World Baseball Classic at Chase Field in Phoenix. Mike Trout drove in all 3 runs for the U.S. on 2 singles, and Kendall Graveman earned the win on the mound while Ryan Presley notched the save. USA finished pool play 3-1 and will advance to face Venezuela in the quarterfinals on Saturday night. Elsewhere, Puerto Rico knocked off the Dominican Republic 5-2.
You want to hear something I read that is so crazy about the NFL and Lamar Jackson? For those who don't know, he is in he hasn't come to a deal yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they've franchised him, which means he has to play and he's make no money in the NFL. Compared to the stats that he's garnered, should be making more money. And I found out why.
Why's that?
He doesn't have an agent. He acts as his own agent.
Ah, okay.
We used to talk about it with Jeff. You can look up and read on how to be an attorney, but you don't know what you're doing.
Right. It's that old saying, a man who represents himself has a fool for an attorney.
Yeah.
And apparently it's the same thing, a fool for an agent.
Yeah, because they know the ins and outs. They know the pitfalls that they try to do and how to get out in front of things. And so negotiating on the phone and dealing with that is not an easy thing.
Do you think that maybe he's possibly representing himself because he doesn't want to pay the agent?
Yes.
He's trying to save as much money as possible.
Probably.
Which doesn't make sense. You can make more money.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or he just feels he can do it.
Right.
There are people that feel like they can service their own AC unit.
Right, right. Fix their own cars.
Fix
whatever
their own car.
case. Yeah.
Learn
Right?
the hard way.
Knowing your limits is super important.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was just like a standard thing. So when I hear that, before it was like, oh man, that's not fair. They're totally, not helping him at all. They're all working against him, right? When all those teams came out, like, we don't want anything to do with him. Now it's clear he's a pain in the ass. People that try to act like their own attorneys are pains in the asses.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I represented myself in my divorce. I downloaded the document from lawdoc.com. You're like, all right, vegetarian, got it.
There's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by Miller Lite. The YOB, bring a bottle, bring a side item. We'll get the main course. That happens to me a lot. We got the main courses. Come on over for barbecue, whatever. Bring a side item. All right, cool. Tater salad it is.
I've never gone to someone's house and looked around and said to myself, that's so dirty here.
Oh.
Ugh.
Wow.
What, do they have lives? Right? I don't go, their sheets, they didn't even make their bed. I don't do all that.
Oh, I bet you
Look
have.
down my
No.
nose at you.
Because life happens.
Depends on the level of the filth, right? If you walk into somebody's house,
If you're
and
a
it looks like
hoarder?
hoarders, yeah, exactly.
I ain't going to your house. I already
Yeah.
know
But
you're a hoarder.
But this is the first time you didn't realize that they were disgusting people or hoarders until you walk into their house,
Oh,
right?
no. You
get
can read a
totally
hoarder a
thrown
mile
off guard.
away. No, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
Hoarder.
Yeah, you can read a hoarder a mile away.
You just tell by the way they dress, their lack of showering.
Or by their vehicle.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, right? I think absolutely.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever,
Yeah.
paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them and hang out for a little bit. And I got to go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm going to judge the food.
Mm.
So I'm not going to judge like, hey, your bed wasn't made.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all like, ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. Good. You're right. Life happens,
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dress for less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party, you would want to clean up.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But that's not necessarily true, especially if you're like, hey, come over tonight, we're having pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza feels like there's no cleaning happening.
Yeah, it's okay to have your laundry still piled up on the back of the couch from like 4 days.
Yeah, you should at least pick it up and throw it on your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a place to sit.
Right. Just move the panties over. It'll be fine.
It's always like, I've gone and I stopped getting in the car with this person when I went to get in their car and they're like, hold on. And they had to like unload a bunch of stuff from the seat and the floorboard into the back seat so I could sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invited me to get in your car.
You should have had that fixed up beforehand.
Or just don't invite me into your car.
I'm with you.
Right? If you don't have a place for me to sit, what are you doing inviting me over?
I just like the company.
I'm not a charity. Yeah. So that would be, I'm judging food. What do you judge? What's your judge when you go to someone's house? If it's
Cleanliness.
like cleanliness?
Probably, yeah. Especially if you're having a dinner party.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Uh-huh.
Gimpy?
Definitely cleanliness. Now, it doesn't have to be sparkling like you walk in and everything's ting, 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 No. But if you're inviting people over, dinner party, or just to hang out and have a smoke sesh, you might want to just kind of pick up the bulk of
Smoke
things
sesh.
first,
You're so
right?
bougie. Like,
Yeah.
You're going over get high and you're like, man, the house was so dirty.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Well, yeah, if you gotta, you can't put your soda down or your water down on the table because it's littered with empty cans.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Go get a damn trash bag.
But
clear off the tables and it'll be fine.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to run the vacuum.
Right.
All right. Just don't make people come in and be like, oh God. Oh. God. And furthermore, Susan, if it smells a little bit, just spray something. Just spray something in the air. You don't want to walk into somebody's house and get hit with a brick wall of stank. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful too. Don't go crazy, right? If you're unloading half a can of Lysol,
right? You're
obviously covering up a smell.
Yeah.
Right?
Which will reveal itself in a
In
little
due
bit.
time.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
It smells like wildflowers and ass.
Yeah. Is it Febreze?
Mm-hmm.
And mold.
Febreze is literally advertised to cover up stink.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which means you have a problem if there's stink in the
Yeah.
house. What about a toilet bowl that's got a pink ring in it?
I'm not judging that.
Gross.
It's pink mold.
Yeah.
It's mold
Gross.
Yeah.
in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ugh.
Now, I mean, there's a difference between is there sitting urine or like, Mr. Hanky, is he taking
Skid
a little
marks.
swim right there?
There's some rubbing is racing.
Right. Like,
Gross.
previous person was a freckler. I get what you're talking about. Yeah. Dude, that happens, bro. That happens in everybody's house. I'm hoping that you would, at least go in there and take that little brush and whirl around a little bit.
But you didn't.
You didn't, exactly. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody poops. Everybody has that, whatever you may need a knife for. It's okay.
Bidet, dude. Bidet. Bidet.
Right. I get it. That cleans the skid marks off of your end, but I mean, this is down on the porcelain. I don't think it works like that.
Eat some fiber. I hear people all the time say that this isn't fair. Life isn't fair. It's not fair for me. It's not fair for what I want to do. I hear that all the time. And I'm going to tell you a story right now where you don't get to say that anymore.
Okay.
All right.
There is a country on this planet where the government makes them have a quota of collecting their own feces.
Why? Why is that?
For fertilizer.
Okay.
And as quotas go, they tend to grow every year.
You haven't crapped enough this year.
And
You need to put out some more.
And it's such a problem, the quota and the unreachability for maybe you're not having enough fiber in your diet, that you end up stealing crap from your neighbors so you can meet your quota to the government.
What has this
Thou shalt not
world
steal
come
my
to?
neighbor's crap.
What's that, Gimpy?
So what does this world come to, man?
So when you talk about how unfair it is, just keep in mind, you're not having to steal your neighbor's crap, literally. I don't know what I would do. I got to keep... so like I do all the grocery shopping, right? I do the majority of cooking.
Right.
Because my schedule allows for that to happen.
Yeah.
So that means if the crap quota was a thing here, that would be on my list of things I got to take care of.
Absolutely. All right. So I got to go to the grocery store at 12:30. I've got a doctor's appointment and then pick up the dry cleaning. Oh, and I've got to take 4 craps today. Oh, big ones too, because, I was light yesterday.
Hey, little Sally flushed. She can't be flushing.
Mm-hmm.
We are so close to this month's quota.
Yeah. You have to keep track of whenever anyone in your family goes poo. You got to collect it for your kids and your wife.
You want to guess what the average household quota a year is of crap?
Oh,
in this country?
Oof. I'm going. Go, Lindsay, go ahead.
Like pounds?
Yeah.
Billion pounds?
1 billion pounds in a household.
Good
in a
Lord.
household. I'll go. Let's go with 100 pounds.
Okay. Gimpy?
I was going to say 50 pounds, I think is a good quota for your family to poop.
220 pounds a year in a household. Now, these are people that are able to do that, right? So if you have somebody who's, they don't go, oh, sorry,
So-
they're on a colostomy bag.
It's a sliding scale, essentially.
Of course, it's an average.
Yeah.
Right. If you have only 2 people in a house compared to the house of 6, I think the scale is going to be a little different.
Does this article say like how they reach that number for the quota? Like, is it based on weight and diet and obviously household members, how many people you have in your house?
Sure. It's going to, by the number of people.
Okay.
Depends on how much your quota
it's
is.
Strictly on the number of people.
Yeah.
That judges how much you need to crap
Of course.
for this. Okay.
Yeah. What I said was the average.
Right. I was just thinking like, well, they look at a family of 6 and they're like, all right, well, you guys eat X amount a week. So therefore you should be producing X amount of excrement a week. So your quota is X. But I didn't know how it worked out. I guess it's just like you got 6 people. You can make this much poop.
Yeah. You should be able to make this much poop.
Should be able to.
And if not, see your doctor.
The idea that would be a stress.
5 KMOD.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. I'm Corbin. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning. Apparently, people in Green Country are excited about Tom Hanks visiting Tulsa on May 13th at his book signing event at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. Tickets went on sale yesterday. They're already gone.
Of course. How much were they?
Not sure. But
Okay.
you had to do a 4-ticket minimum.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, and it came with the book, so that's pretty cool.
I thought about getting him.
Yeah, I did too.
He puts on great little talks.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be around other people.
Yeah.
Being honest.
That's fair.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Morning, Corbin. So they did it. You asked, and they did it. The talkback feature.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Save that. I'm glad they did it. You're going to play the... They did some...
They did some sound effects.
Okay. We're going to use it. I want to use it later.
Okay, man. I'll hold on to it.
Yeah.
But while we're talking
How
about
many
it,
are there?
I've got about 3 or 4 in here.
Excellent.
Okay. So if you want to use the talkback feature to make some sound effects and have us guess what they are, we're going to be doing that here a little bit. Just use it right there on the iHeartRadio
I'm
app.
psyched. Yeah, no, I want to do it at 9:30.
All right, then.
I think that's going to be fun.
All right, then. Let's do it.
All right. Let's get started with our top list.
So it's time for Big Man Morning Show's top list. Random topics, randomly drawn with random results. Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with this week's top list.
This week's top list is saved for later items in your Amazon cart. If you're not familiar with Amazon, what you do is you find something, you put it in your cart to buy, you hit place order. Sometimes you just put stuff in your cart and then you go, nah, I don't want it. You hit save for later. That way you don't have to go search for it again and it will be at the bottom of your cart.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it. And my wife is notorious for putting thousands upon thousands of things in our cart, never really planning on buying them.
It's like digital window shopping.
Yes.
Yeah.
What it is.
That's exactly what she says. So I went through and found mine that are the ones that I have put in there.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just like the most recent 5. It's the ones that I put in the cart and hit save for later because it is quite beneficial. And how many times a week do you buy something from Amazon, Lindsay?
At least once, probably.
Okay. Yeah. I'm probably once, maybe twice
Yeah.
a week. It's not uncommon. There's Amazon boxes to be put out with the trash or the recyclables or whatever. Gimpy, how many times?
Once every couple of months.
Wow. Okay. All right. So top list, what do you have for number 5 on saved for later items in your Amazon cart, Lindsay?
Number 5 is a foot stimulator.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a vibrator for your foot.
Yes,
What?
this thing is pretty dope though. Like, okay, so me and Marcus both. He's the latest in the fam. We've discovered he's got the plantar fasciitis, and so it's Corbin, you suffer from it too. It's a pain in the butt, pain in the foot rather. But I was waiting to see if it was an HSA eligible item. Which it is.
Okay.
With your
Health
benefits,
spending
health
account,
benefits.
yeah.
Yeah, health spending. Yeah, because this is a $190 item.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like it's like a TENS relief or pain relief. You put your feet on this thing and it massages them and it triggers the painful points and supposed to be pretty beneficial.
Lindsay, there's a pair of slip-on slippers, essentially, that do the same thing for $25.99.
And
my only thing with plantars fasciitis, because everybody's got their advice on what you do, water bottle. My only advice is watch out. There's a ton of things that do not work out there.
Right. So that's my number 5. Number 4, an item for Kevin. Clark's men's plain loafer dark tan leather shoes, size 14.
Buying shoes, got to get that size in there. Shoes, you got to buy shoes. You buy shoes from Amazon, huh?
Well, because he's always at the dealership, so I feel like he doesn't have enough time to go. He knows what loafers that he likes for work, and these are his work shoe. And so, yeah, he knows the size, he knows the style, he knows what brand that he likes to wear for work.
Yeah.
So Amazon, he can get them on there, but they do run out a lot. So I always put them in there. So when he says, hey, I need a new pair of shoes for work, I
Boom.
can just go right there. I already got them saved. Like, boom.
Do your wifely duty.
Yeah, exactly.
I got
exactly.
a problem with buying clothes and shoes online, stuff like that, because
why?
I can't touch it. I can't pry them on. I can't. And of course, yeah, you can get to the house, try it on, and then send it back if you don't want to. But that seems like a lot of unnecessary steps when I can just go to the store, try them on. Yes, these work, and then take them home.
Yeah.
But this is the exact same shoe every single time.
And this is essentially less steps than that, because that you got to drive to the thing and get it.
Right.
Right. And do it. And this, if I didn't return it, I just stop across the street and hand it to him.
Yep.
And then say,
You got to go to the same store that you would return it, that
No.
you would buy some things.
No, UPS store.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
UPS store.
usually this shoe is always in my cart because it gets sold out a lot. So I have to wait for it to be restocked. So it's always in my cart.
Yeah.
Number 3 on my list is, Care Touch lens wipes for eyeglasses. The big box, 210 of those.
Just like
bad boys.
moisturized wipes or whatever.
The cleaning wipes. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the eyeglasses. Yeah. Their number 1 best seller.
Of course.
Yeah. For $13. I don't even know why I haven't even just gotten them.
I mean, I get mine from Walmart
Okay.
because they're like $5 and you get like a 200 or something.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
So I should just delete that one.
Well, slow down. Check your own later. Don't get all antsy.
Yeah. Number 2, and this is again something that I thought about for Kevin. Cardia Mobile 6, the lead personal EKG monitors.
Wow.
And I'm sure, yeah.
Hooks up to your smartphone or your Fitbit watch, whatever, and you can. It's got these little like you press on this little thing with your thumb,
Yeah, I've
and
seen
you
this
can
on-
take the personal EKG, and then it reads it on your phone. And with his AFib, it makes me so nervous all the time. So I'm like, oh, we should have one of these.
So talk me through how this would work. He'd be like, oh, my heart.
Right.
He'd get all Sanford and Son on you.
Right, like I'm
and
an
then,
AFib.
Yeah, and then you would go, okay, and you'd run to the bathroom, try to find the little metal device that hooks to
Right.
it, get the app to open, wait for it to log in,
Oh, geez.
send you 2-factor authentication
Oh, geez.
while he's AFibbing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, here, hold this. No, you got to stand up. No, you're not doing it right.
Right. It would probably go down exactly like that.
Yes.
But
It sounds awesome, though.
Yeah, but he's so adamant on like, why am I going to go to the emergency room so I can just wait there forever for them to send me home 2 hours later and, say, take another aspirin and you know what I mean? Like he's stubborn like that. And I get it. You don't want to just sit in the ER forever and wait and wait and wait. So this actually it also hooks up to your doctor's office. So it would send him the report as well, straight to their email or whatever, which I think is pretty cool.
Does your doctor say, get this?
He hasn't.
I'd probably pass then.
Yeah.
Because I went to the doctor because I was having like some weird sleep pattern things happen that my whoop was telling me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the doctor and asked him, and he was like, unless XYZ happens, I wouldn't be too concerned. And then I said, all right, well, so the reason I'm here is because my whoop, some of the reports kind of were telling me there was these weird things happening. And my doctor is awesome, right? He's not someone who just prescribed pills or whatever. He's told me I'm a hypochondriac. Like, he's awesome. I need people that are honest around me.
Yeah.
And he's like, eh. He's like, and now maybe he feels threatened. I don't know. But he's like, it's not incredibly accurate because I don't know the environment of which that data was taken from you.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, in the one that you're using, you have to put your fingers on it. I don't know if you have to stand up. Can you do it sitting down? What if I just put it on a book? What if I just had to go get it and came back and sat down? And that's why my heart rate's
so many different ways that it could misread things.
Yeah. And so
Get the
he's
wrong
like,
information. Okay.
Because that
Yeah.
not cheap, right?
$130. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're at $260 for 2 ailments.
Right. And my number 1, because of you talking about this item.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. I'm still so interested in it. I just $100. It's like
The elephant ear washer.
No,
Salsa
I
maker.
have one of those.
Corner brownie maker.
But you're close on cleaner.
Scrub Daddy.
The Navage nasal care.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, nose cleaner.
Yeah. A Navage is where it's at, man.
Yep, comes with the 20 salt pods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So those are no Navages like the you do the thing to clean out your sinus cavity with the neti pot, but it's an electric neti pot. You do it and it's done in like 20 seconds. It's so fast.
Automatically blows the water through your nose.
Sucks
and blows.
Sucks and blows.
Yeah.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
The things that
bottom.
Yeah, the things that have shown up in the catch reservoir. Who dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've looked at it numerous times for not just me, but for the kids too, because we all suffer during allergy season.
Yeah.
And I do have, the old school, I have the battery operated one and it's fine. But this one just seems so much more legit.
Seems like the business.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So that's my number one.
Don't go down the rabbit hole of people that have had brain infections because of Novages.
No, because I always use the distilled water when I use those things. So I'm good.
I use lake water to clean my nose out.
I use
right.
Safety first. Farmer's blow.
We're doing top list, save for later items in your Amazon cart. So Gimpy said he goes maybe every other month he buys some. So I'm psyched to see what's in his save for later. What's number 5, Gimpy?
Let's just start this by the differences betwixt all of us is amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 on my saved for later items in my Amazon box, clamdy canes.
What's that?
Say that again?
Clamdy canes.
Can we guess?
Sure. Don't Google it, Corbin. You got to guess.
Okay, I'm going to say clam flavored candy canes.
Corbin?
No. This is some sort of device for his motorcycle.
That would make sense.
That feels like your recommendations are probably a lot of motorcycle things.
Lindsay had it right. They're clam flavored candy canes.
So,
ew.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
Definitely a gag gift. Definitely.
Yeah. I don't even understand. Like, what clams taste like. Why?
Yeah. Just to mess with people. Why the hell not? And it's a candy cane. You're expecting it to be sweet and delicious. And you go and you eat it and you're like, this tastes like fish.
Uh-huh.
Clams.
Oh, this candy cane's all clammy. And number 5. Number 4 on my list is it's an electronic grinder, a Whack-It grinder. This is a $65 electronic grinder for your marijuana. Okay.
Nice.
Can't be bothered with the twist.
Nah, man. You put your buds in this thing, and those like chain kind of like when you got on like on your ceiling fan lights, those type of chains, those bead chains. It's kind of got it's got like 3 of those in the bottom of this thing, and it spins around like a madman, and it breaks up all your weeds, man. And you ain't got to mess with it. Got a nice little save spot for it. It's $65. That's why I haven't pulled the trigger on this grinder, because I've got a couple of those regular ones that just twist, and I'm like, well, that's really nice. But it's $65.
It only has 3 reviews. 2 of people actually wrote something.
Mm-hmm.
One said, just ordered my first Whack-It grinder, and it's amazing. We'll buy another as a gift. Great product. Thinking of getting a bristle brush for cleaning and getting keef inside. Okay. It doesn't feel honest, but this is one of those products that is so simple yet so effective that you get mad at yourself for not inventing it first. I challenge anyone to show me a better grinder. The price actually feels worth it to me. This feels like not real.
It is. A buddy of mine has one, and that's how I found it. He's like, hey, check this out. I'm like, that's amazing. I need one. Went on Amazon, found it, saw that it was $65, and said, we're just going to save that for later. I'll come on it against.
That's awesome.
Get it eventually.
Totally feels on brand.
Yeah. Number 3 on my list is extended saddlebags, stretched saddlebags for the bike. 5-inch red stretched extended hard saddlebags for my bike, and that's really just for looks. They're $294.77.
Yeah.
So that's why that's in the safe for later. I mean, it's color matched and everything will be all right, and it'll look badass when it's done, but it's nearly $300, and I can spend $300 on other things right now. Number 2 on my list, and I'm probably going to get it here soon. It's $32.99, and it is a G4 free large camping hammock with mosquito net.
Nice.
Okay, why?
Why not? It's something that I want to keep in my tour pack, the trunk of my bike, and that way, if I'm out rolling anywhere, I'm going to another state or whatever, I can simply find a state park somewhere, and I've got a place to sleep constantly.
I mean, you'd have to get a spot, right? You can't just sleep in a park.
Sure you can.
I mean,
Find
of course
two
you can.
trees,
Of course you can.
tie it up there. And even then, okay, it's $8 to stay the night at the park. Okay, that's not a bad deal. But I think that'd be something that'd be awesome to take traveling with me. You know?
What's awesome is your mindset is always so compelling to me because you're like, I can't be bothered with $65 of something that I would use multiple times all the time.
Right.
But I'll gladly spend half of that on something I might use.
You never know until you get it.
It's an awesome one-person tent, though.
Yeah, he starts off
No,
as
hammock.
It's a hammock.
But it's enclosed, so it's a tent.
Yeah.
No, it's a hammock.
essentially.
It's a hammock with a skeeter net.
It's a hammock.
But, you know, the thought there is maybe I might only use it a few times, but at least it's there for any time that I want to use it. You know, I spend a lot of time out at the lakes, and instead of camping in a tent, why the hell not just, pack lightly, some swimming trunks, my Crocs.
Yeah, it'll be great for Rocklahoma.
Boom. There you go. See, it's multi-purposed. All right.
How many times have you been out and about and gone, I wish I could just sleep here?
A lot.
And
There's been a many times.
And you typically are with another individual.
Yes. And the problem is where
are they sleeping?
Right on top or right next?
Oh, like it can hold 2 people?
We're going to find out.
Listen, I like, sleeping next to my wife and cuddling and all that. That's not this. This is, I got nowhere to go, so we are laying on each other.
Yeah.
Look at this. G4 free, large camping hammock with mosquito net, 2-person pop-up parachute, lightweight, hanging hammocks. It can fit 2
How much?
people. Well, it's the same thing. It's just the further description of what I'm talking about here. But it does fit 2 people. And I'm like, well, all right then. All right. And there's been times this is just right over to Riverside or Chandler Park and tie your hammock to a couple of trees and just sit back and chill, hang out.
Read a good book,
No,
right?
what? Yeah, 50 ways to eat cock. Number 1 on my list, and it's probably something that I'm going to get because I've been working, I'm building this motorcycle of mine, is replacement speakers, front and back, Polk Audio, 2-way Marine certified speakers. Those are number 1 right there. $60 for the fronts and $60 for the rear. So it's $120. So it may take a little while, but that'll be before I get anything else on the save for later list. That'll probably be the first thing that I get because I need to upgrade the sound system on Ruby.
Again, that feels like on brand for you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're doing top list, save for later items in your Amazon cart. I'll just go. I'll put the first one in the screener so you guys don't have to hunt for it. Number 5, Muji 0.5 millimeter smooth gel 1 knock type ballpoint retractable pin. It is a pin that people are like, this is one of the best pins ever. Now, I took the recommendation from someone on a mechanical pencil, and it's the best mechanical pencil I've ever owned. And I love stuff like this. I love notebooks. I love pens. I love pencils. I love that. I don't know why. I do not have a logical reason, but man, a good pen or pencil gets me psyched. If you think there are people out there that might steal your pen, like when you pay for your bill or whatever, that's me.
Oh, you're the guy that steals pens?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pen thief?
Yep. Absolutely.
I can't blame you.
I like
you find
a good pen.
one. You find a good one, you want to hold on to it, or you want to take it from somebody.
Now, if I steal the waitress or waiter's pin, I will put extra on the tip and tell him it's for their pin.
That's hilarious. Very honest of you.
I mean,
Very
yeah, and
nice.
I'm not even a lady.
So,
Let me get through my list, and then you can make that decision, okay? Number 4 on here is a 4-lands UL170 RGB video light. It's just a portable battery charged light that can be different colors for videos and pictures that I never, ever take.
I was going to say,
Okay.
you're gonna start a lot of TikToks
Nope.
there, huh?
No. But the photo ring that we have or
Yeah.
did have, it broke already.
Mhm.
I have used that when like we do a picture at the house or whatever, and it makes the photos 10 times better.
Okay.
Yeah, I got no logic. I'm just telling you that's number 4.
Looked cool.
Number 3, Apple Watch screen protector. Apple
Yeah,
Watch
that
screen.
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I am pretty rough on my Apple Watch. Gets scratched up a lot, and this for sure has saved face on it. It comes in packs of 2s for $15. I buy this a lot. And like the one I have now is pretty scratched. I'm going to order new ones. I'll just take the cover off, throw it away. It stays on there. I can still operate my watch. It's a pretty good protector of my watch. And I'm not one of these people that gets an iPhone or a watch or whatever and doesn't put something on it to protect it.
Yeah.
Because I drop my phone all the time. And I've never had a broken screen. And I see people with smashed screens. I'm like, how?
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen? Do you not have protectors on it? Are you facing it down on a spike?
Right.
So I try my best to keep that stuff protected.
And I'm surprised that they haven't come out with the ones that just stick like the phone, like the glass plates that you can get. And
Yeah,
they press on.
They do. They don't stay on very well because I did try those, and the watch is kind of caved. Around. There's curves on the sides,
Okay.
so it doesn't work really well. The next one I have should feel on brand, and when I put it in the screener, you guys will know for sure this is on brand for me. I was at a friend's house and they had one of these, and I was like, "This is awesome!" And that would be an automatic foam soap dispenser, so you don't have to touch go. My preference is foam soap over regular soap.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And so this, you can just set the amount or whatever. You just put your hand under it, dispenses the amount.
That's brilliant.
Yes.
I like it. However, I'm not with you on the foam soap over the liquid soap.
Well, we all have our faults,
'Cause
Lindsay.
I like the lather. The lather is not
It's
as good.
pre-lathered.
Yeah, but that's what this does.
Already
It's
lathered.
already soap. Like I teach my kids when they are washing their hands, like make bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
This is already making bubbles. Like I've helped them in the process.
Yeah.
Sure. I
You're
just
not
don't think
get-
you're getting the thickness of the soap.
Yeah, but you're not getting that wad shot in your hand. It's just a nice, foamy, already done.
I'm not even. I'm shutting my mouth.
But you're not.
The last thing I have here, like Lindsay's shoes, I keep this because I order it a lot, at least once a year, and I don't want to have to go find it again. So it's in there so I can easily find it. And that is my septic tank treatment system, drop granules for a 1-year supply. I go ahead and get that for $23. They come in little pre-measured bags, and I just throw it in the toilet and flush it, and it treats my septic system.
Avoid bad odors, organic clogs, and expensive sewage backups.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of simplicity. Like there's no fancy labels for it. There's no over the top marketing with it or anything like it. It's very simple. It's even got the 12 months on there. You just, either scratch off or mark through the month so you remind yourself you did it. So yeah, septic tank treatment stuff.
You really just drop that in your crapper and flush it down, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The bag breaks down and the
Okay.
things.
I thought you'd have to go out in the backyard and lift the lid and
So we have
pour
an
it in there.
aerobic system. So we got to do 2 things. We drop those granules to help fight that stuff. And then the other is we do chlorine tablets into it to help with the gray water. So,
Okay.
yeah. So there we go. Top list. Saved later items in your Amazon cart. Save for later items in your Amazon cart. When we come back, will this be a new feature? What's the sound that you guys did in the talk back? We'll take a break and we'll be back.
Let's rock more of the Big Man.
She claimed to be in an open marriage. She not only led Hall to be canned, but led to the firings of 2 sergeants, one officer and a detective, according to a December internal investigation. 2 other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, they kept their jobs but wound up being suspended. The extracurricular activities took place at hotels and parties at other officers' houses and on a boat, while she was also accused of performing oral sex on 2 officers while on duty at the police station and police gym. Officials began to look into the swinging personal lives of the officers when the mayor himself received a tip that she was sleeping with several fellow cops
Mayor didn't get the tip.
and had a threesome with an officer and his wife, among other claims. They were dismissed for violating police procedure and lying during the investigation, who had been witnessed choking an HR employee.
She's a whore.
God.
Yeah, I know, right?
What? I mean, if she wants to be promiscuous, so what? I don't care. But when you're on the job,
exactly,
that's obviously completely reckless. And multiple people you work with, also extremely reckless.
Yeah.
It creates a system of resentment, right? People like don't like it or whatever. You create problems that way.
Only the other female officers that aren't getting railed by the
And
other
no. Guys get way jealous, dude. So
Why,
if you're
because they're
like
not getting any,
no, maybe, or ones that are like, no, she was with me. Like, yeah, it is not healthy.
Did you know that your mother is a whore?
Yeah.
Right. The HR director who authored the report and conducted the investigation sanctioned the 8 officers for various penalties for sexual activity while on duty, sexual harassment, conduct unbecoming of an officer, and lying during the course of the investigation. It was further revealed that Hall and many of the male officers had shared lewd text messages and pornographic images of themselves.
Good tasting tuna.
Boy, this is good tasting tuna.
Or like, hey, we're a small town. There's no crime going on.
House? Listen to this. It says at one point during one of the parties, she was already intoxicated and was reportedly being force-fed vodka by one of the other officers.
Yeah, they're like, get Janice drunk, she'll put out.
Yeah, you can't do that though. That's bad look, man. That's kind of weird. Like, hey, you heard if you get Hall drunk, man, she'll go sexually crazy.
Exactly.
That's predator type stuff,
Right.
dude.
Have another drink, Janice. I don't even know if that's her real name, but whatever.
Arresting their-
Man arrested for the 70th
D-Day always
time.
comes. And for
Right.
this story, we're talking about Discovery.
Right.
Mhm. D-Day came many times for her. Man arrested for the 70th time. This comes out of Ohio, where there's this dude. He's 62 years old. He goes into his local Walmart. He has a suitcase with him. He takes a shopping cart and a suitcase, goes to the meat department, and just stacks piles of meat in his shopping cart and walks straight out the door with it. I guess Walmart, at least this particular Walmart, has some newfangled shopping carts where you get past the security gate and they automatically lock up the wheels on you. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Huh.
Never heard of that before.
How they keep that technology working? The carts
Yeah.
barely don't have a wanky wheel.
I don't know, but apparently that's what happened. Is the guy pushes his meat straight out of the past the security gate, and he's outside, and his wheels lock up. So what's he do? He just takes and puts as much of his meat as he can in his suitcase, and then just throws the rest in the dumpster. Well, of course, now the police have been called. The police find him at a bus stop across the street.
Right, because buses are never on time.
Absolutely. So they go over there. They bust the man at the bus stop, and he tells them that he steals the meat and then sells them the restaurants for half price. But he didn't name the restaurants he sold them to because he ain't no snitch. Anyhow, they ended up arresting him.
Criminal, yeah, but
he
snitch.
ain't no
oof,
snitch.
Everybody's got a line.
All right. So they arrested him, took him to jail, and apparently this is his 70th time being arrested.
Hello, Guinness.
Mm.
Is there a place in your record book for this?
Should there be a punishment after your 50th arrest? Like hey, the punishment is you've been arrested too much.
I thought there was something different for after your 3rd.
Depending on the intensity of the crime.
Right. Like 3 strikes, you're out.
On violent crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like rape and murder, not,
Yeah.
meat stealing from the
Right.
Walmart.
Theft, larceny, right? Larcenies, jaywalking,
Right. littering,
trespassing, all those wouldn't count.
I think that they should keep him locked up for some time because this is his 70th time being arrested. So instead of letting him bond out, why don't you keep him in for, I don't know, 6 months to a year?
I bet he's done prison time.
He probably has, because the guy that's been that just, brazenly goes into the Walmart, steals the meat, and then walks out with it. He doesn't give a damn.
He went in with a suitcase.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing. And if this is his 70th time for the same offense, good Lord.
Best had a kick-ass bonfire and cookout. Yeah.
Hooray!
Worse, got bit by a snake yesterday. I'm on my legs all effed up.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, if you got bit by a snake, do you need to go have it, was it poisonous?
Nah, man. You have somebody suck it out.
I thought you pee on it.
Isn't it? No, that's jellyfish.
Oh,
jellyfish.
You don't want me on site.
You've been bit by a snake. Hurry up. Pee on his leg. What are you doing?
Why are you laughing, Corbin? This is serious. Is it?
Stepped on a jellyfish. Hurry up. Suck his feet.
I mean, if your leg's all messed up, don't you need to go to the doctor?
You would imagine.
Even if it wasn't poison and just slashed your leg up, wouldn't you need stitches?
I don't know. I mean, they're just fangs. They're just 4 little puncture holes. So it's not like it was attacked by a mountain lion where it could have taken a chunk out.
Would 4 puncture holes be quoted as messed up? I wouldn't. That feels pretty dramatic for puncture holes.
Dramatic, but I mean, if it gets infected, that's one thing you got to look at too, because I don't know exactly how sanitary a snake's mouth is.
I mean, if it's infected, you need to go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sepsis is intimate.
Yes. Poisonous or not, if I get bitten by a snake, I'm going to the ER. Doesn't matter.
Are
man.
you?
Yeah. Oh, I would for sure. For sure.
Oh no. Here's how I see it going out, and then you tell me how it would go out. I'm saying that you get bit by a snake, you'd be like, it's fine. You would wait till it was damn near the oval, if you circled it, would be like over your leg. You're like, sprayed wind on it. It's fine.
Yeah, I poured some liquor on it.
Here's the thing. I'll put some alcohol on it for sure. But I don't know. I like snakes, and I know there's a way to tell if they're poisonous or not, but I'm not taking that chance. So I think if a snake, unless it's like a garter snake, something to that effect, okay, then I'm like, it'll be fine.
Well, they don't bite.
Right.
If you got, you text in the word messed up, I'm implying that your leg looks like hamburger meat, or it's swollen up, ungodly.
Yeah.
Which either way, you need to go to the doctor. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. Earlier, Gimpy said, hey, if you want to use the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app, make a sound and we'll try to guess what it is. I'm psyched.
I got quite a few here.
Can't wait. So Gimpy will play the sound, and then we'll just go around the room with making a guess. And try to make your most educated guess. There's no way to know what it is.
Absolutely.
I'd rather not know, to be honest, which is the beauty part.
Right.
So hopefully you'll really challenge us, because I won't know if you're rubbing it on the carpet or on your backside.
Right. We don't know what you're doing. That's the fun part about it. So,
all right,
we'll just take it from the top here. Right. I've written down the ones because I had to go through and filter them out a little bit. Not like bad ones, just like people talking and making whatever. Okay. So just straight from the top. Here we go.
All right. Okay, that's somebody using the talkback feature, making a sound with their phone on the iHeartRadio app with the talkback feature. What do you think that is, Lindsay?
Boy, it almost sounded like they were using a fishing rod.
Is that what you're going with?
Reeling in a fish is what it sounded like.
Okay. Gimpy?
That's exactly what I thought it was, too. Like somebody is pulling out the line on your fishing line. Like you got a hog on the other end of that line, and it's just...
Yeah.
I thought it was a comb being like the teeth on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's like that. Yeah, but on the phone.
But on the phone, so
yeah,
yeah,
let's
all
hear
right.
let's hear it again. Let's hear that one again. Okay.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't like the fishing rod one because of the high pitch at some point. That to me dispels it. We're not giving another guess, Lindsay.
Yeah, okay.
It's a one guess.
There's a different sound in the very, very, very beginning.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it'll always be a mystery.
All right, question or sound 2.
Number 2.
Okay. I feel good about this one. All right, Lindsay.
Shaking a box of M&Ms or Milk Duds.
Oh, that's good. Okay, Gimpy.
Shaking a Route 44 from Sonic that's got the crushed ice at the bottom of it.
Oh, good.
Exactly what I was thinking. That
Yes.
sounded like some sort of drink with the ice in it. Let's hear it again.
Hear it again. Here you go.
Don't do that gesture. Can't help it. Yeah. All right.
So on to the next one here. Let's see what this one has. All right. Hey.
Got it.
I think I know too.
I know what it is. All right, Lindsay, what do you think it is?
There's a lot of things going on in that. So it almost sounds like someone using the bathroom.
Faster.
But I think it is a dog sniffing around on
Okay.
the phone.
Okay.
A puppy, maybe even.
Gimpy.
A woman breastfeeding.
Oh.
Oh.
You see,
Oh.
the nuzzling,
Okay.
the rustling of the baby.
Mine's a little further off, not farther off. A baby playing with their phone.
Oh.
So Lindsay thinks this is a puppy with the phone. Gimpy thinks it's somebody breastfeeding with a baby nearby. I'm going with the baby has the phone. Let's hear. Those last coos
Yes.
feel like a baby, not a puppy.
Yeah.
The beginning, it all sounded like a puppy. I agree.
Yeah.
But the last coos definitely felt like a baby, something with a baby. All right, last one, Gimpy.
Last one. We'll see what this one has to offer.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I know that one, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Lindsay.
How'd you guys get that? A video game?
Gimpy.
That is somebody playing with a toy lightsaber.
Okay, it's a toy of some sort. It's a toy weapon of some sort. I thought I heard firing, like pew pew is what I heard.
Right. And there I hear a bzzz.
Okay.
So, I mean, might want to listen a little bit closer. Here we go.
Oh, at the end's the lightsaber for sure. Good catch.
Yeah.
I like you this game. We will do this again. What's that sound? Right?
it.
So you can do this on the talkback feature of the iHeartRadio app. It's super easy to do. When you've opened the app, there's a little microphone. You hit that, and you can make a sound effect. I challenge you to do something gross, and we have to guess what it is.
But don't tell us at the end what it is, because I did come across one. Oh, that's me slapping my belly. We don't want that.
No. I just let us try to guess what it is.
There you go.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back.
You're listening to the Big Mad Morning Show.
Nope, we'll just let the rain take care of that one.
Yeah, if the dog's feeling a little under the weather, all right. You can be like, Mother Nature's fertilizer happening there.
Yeah.
Or you do the old left shoulder, right shoulder. Keep going.
Oh.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Yes.
Yeah,
no
right.
poop over here.
Yeah. When I lived in San Francisco, I would have to walk my dog, and there's no grass, right? In the city, there's no grass. I lived in the city. So only around where there's trees is there a little grass or dirt.
Right.
And some people's dogs are just trained to take crap right on the concrete.
They don't care.
And they don't clean it up. And you're like, now humans do it. But like the dogs, and you just be walking and you're like, son of a bitch.
That's one of the worst things. That will literally ruin a day.
Which is worse, stepping in dog crap with shoes on or stepping in urine on the tile floor in your socks.
Or like carpet or something to that effect. Okay.
Or because you don't see it, right? And you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In a shoe, you go, you're like, oh, man.
Whatever. You get a hose, you can hose it off. Your sock might get a little wet.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or vomit barefoot.
Ooh.
Which one? You got to pick one. Gun to your head.
That's easy. That's an easy choice,
I'm going to
Lindsay.
say stepping in dog poop with your shoes on.
Gimpy.
Urine with socks on, man. All right, because the shoes easily to wash off. The barefoot vomit, easy to wash off. You got to hop one-legged all the way to or, hop it up in the sink in the kitchen, wherever you're at,
it's
right?
on you.
It's easy to get it off. You're good. Ugh. Now I got to walk my happy ass or hop from here all the way to the bedroom with a wet sock. I got to change my socks. I just put socks on, as a matter of fact.
Right, those were clean.
That's my favorite pair.
Wet sock, man.
Yeah. I think I'm with Lindsay. I got to do shoe, man. At least I can take that off and just spray it off.
You think that's the worst out of all of them? Because that's how I understood the question, which is worse out of those three options.
No, which one would you rather?
Oh, which would I rather have? Oh, that's easy. Yeah. Shoes.
So worst is for you is the sock. Lindsay's worst one?
Oh, no. I think the poop on the shoe is the worst one.
You think it's the worst one?
Yeah.
That's like the second easiest one to deal with.
It's the easiest one.
Wow. Because it gets into the crevices of the bottom of the shoe, and sometimes
you got to get a pencil and scrub down.
Yes, you might have to take a toothpick or something to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it does have a little more work, but it ain't on me.
Right.
Yeah, but it ain't on me.
It ain't on you.
That's where my head's at. It ain't on me. I don't know if the vomit might be the worst because the smell of vomit is just
that is true.
Gross, especially if it's not a heel, it's more of a toe.
And if it's fresh, it's still body temperature.
Oh,
good morning.
Florida woman punts man in the groin for not bringing her to the strip club. This happened in north of Fort Myers, Florida. Elizabeth Ann Sherlock Mason, all she wanted to do was have a little fun night out. Now, this happened on January 17th, which was a Tuesday night. So I don't know if it was already a long week for her, or maybe she just, doesn't work at all. Just wanted to go out, but she wanted to go to the local gentleman's club. But before that, she wanted a pregame at her favorite watering hole, the Naughty Parrot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Knotty like Naughty Pine or NAUGHTY like Naughty Girl?
NAUTI.
Naughty
like
Parrot?
nautical. Naughty Parrot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta look at this place.
Yes.
Hey, carry on.
So her man takes her to the Naughty Parrot where they have a few drinks. And apparently she had a few too many because she became verbally abusive towards him. And he's like, you know what, honey? I think you've had too many and we need to leave. And she's like, no, we shouldn't leave. And she stands up and she puts her both hands around his neck, starts choking him. And he's like, oh my goodness. So he puts his hands on her hands.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show. There will be a point today I will be thinking about one of those sounds.
Yes.
Trying to figure it out. Somebody's like, oh, you need to have them tell us a few minutes later so we know what it is. No. No.
It's going to just drive us all crazy.
It's okay for you not to know.
Yeah.
Does it matter? You all aren't going to believe it anyway.
Be up late at night. Oh, I wish I knew what they're trying to recreate the sound.
You all have problem with the truth as it is.
Boy.
All right, time to find out what everybody learned. Lindsay, what'd you learn today?
I learned that I prefer the large load shot in my hand. Thank you. And I also learned some lessons in culinary, like the recipe for leaky cock. Careful, though. Last time I had it, I got pregnant with twins.
That's twice.
You're crossing streams, girl. Gimpy, what'd you learn today?
I learned that Corbin's getting all the lights to improve his OnlyFans page.
Yeah, but I look great.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. And I also learned it's going to be a cock pudding kind of night tonight.
I learned only $60 for the front and the back. Feels cheap. Somebody's proud of themselves, huh? That was the other angle. And the other one is, that is not how you make guacamole. It's Corbin saying, make sure that dishwasher's loaded right.
It's Lindsay, stop tracking my cycle.
This is Gimpy, and I'm sorry.
Far too kind.
My favorite quote, one employee simply told local reporters it was a whole D. A statement at 4 from the Mobile Police Department stated the incident was not being investigated as an assault or a murder, adding it was a mystery how on earth the penis ended up there. Footage saw local reporters apparently showing a black truck pulling into the station around 6:15 a.m. to fill up. Then the truck pulls away before a penis then falls onto the car park tarmac. Once a report was made, a heavy police presence attends the store, located in the port city of Mobile on Alabama's Gulf Coast. The area got taped off while police investigated the incident, which has caused a stir in the local community. I mean,
I'm not buying this.
they're saying that the discoveries like this at the petrol stations are pretty common. I guess in
Finding penises
and-
at a gas station is common.
not necessarily penises, but in 2021, they said that a body of a man aged in his 20s was located.
Well, but was
at
his
this
penis
gas
intact?
station.
What's common then?
Finding bodies and
Bodies and body parts, I guess.
yes, at this particular gas station.
I'm not buying this. The story doesn't cite a news source other than Boing Boing and Daily Star. It doesn't refer to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go to like a local place.
Right. You think something like that would make local news, at least headlines.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying I'm not buying it because that's a crazy story that a penis was found in a parking lot.
Maybe this is a hot spot for like lot lizards. And one trucker was like, "Hey, baby, you here for a good time?" And this lady, this lot lizard, climbs into the truck, and then the dude finds out that it's a dude, and he's like, "Ow, no, you've got a dong," and then slices it off, and then tosses it out the window, and then continues carrying his load to Birmingham. I don't know.
And I would think the Mobile Police Department would have this on their site, like on their Facebook or something.
Oh, they got nothing on there either.
Not that I can see.
Fake news.
And they're keeping it hush hush until they know more.
Oh, it's the Russians.
Hey, we don't know whose penis this is. If anybody has details, let us know.
Or they're probably looking at the tapes trying to investigate that truck. Kind of like the Idaho murders.
Which
they
was
were being
what?
quiet until they had more.
It was all over the news.
But they weren't saying what they had. That's why like the parents were being so disgruntled.
So Daily
at the
Star,
time.
some
the
weird
tabloid.
rag got the break.
Well, they're the only ones running with it.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, right? It's a great story.
Well, Lindsay, I'll see your severed schlong and raise you a giant